And what is that?
It's called Poolcrete, but it's basically, it's a porous material that the water, if there is a leak, the water will seep through versus concrete, you know, but it's
Yeah, I got
so
there, I got it.
Oh,
I see, yeah, I got
over
it.
the sand.
Money
Yes.
cram.
You don't have to form and pour. You trowel it.
Trowel it on.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. Flip did that. And then it's just a really good thing.
And how about that front door? Okay, I can drive one. I move up the walk and see a grand front entrance.
So, just from following your Facebook page, are they in Hawaii?
Yeah,
You
I
have
haven't
some
been following.
wait.
They're back.
They're back.
They're on the
Just got
mainland.
back.
They're on the mainland.
But not
I
back
haven't
in
followed.
Colorado
Oh, I
yet.
just heard. They're here, right? In Denver or not?
I guess they must have landed in California. So
Apparently they've been posting some
A
stuff.
little bit, yep. You know, Carly was born in Hawaii, so we lived there 2 years. But not, I think they were on Maui, but we were on Oahu.
I think they went to a couple.
Oh yeah, you gotta spread out, right? They're all different.
And Oahu is the most crowded one. So
It definitely is. It was the only one I would live on.
it is.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I
Why?
lived there 2 years. Well, because the rest are really small. I mean, there's not that much. Like, Mike's job was on the Big Island.
I like it.
They got their first traffic light
So you guys
20
lived
years
out
ago.
there?
I like
We lived on Oahu. You do. I don't. I had a 3-year-old. I was like, no, I got to have something to do with this kid. He can't swim in the ocean by himself. We did. We lived there 2 years.
I love Hawaii, but I don't think I want to live there.
No, it was perfect. 2 years was good. It was good to get back to the mainland. It's beautiful, but it's a funky place.
You're there.
Even, I mean, yeah, you can drive the whole island in 2 hours in a circle.
Which island?
Oahu.
So you must. Oh, when you lived on.
We lived on Oahu. No,
Oh, on
his
Oahu.
job was on
So he
the Big
commuted?
Island. He did. Well, and then they got an office downtown Honolulu.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. All you have to do is call 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I hope you're having a great Monday. Every day is great in Colorado or elsewhere. Thank you. Welcome. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live across the country on iHeartRadio. Also, of course, on KHOW in Denver and KRDO in Colorado Springs. And let me mention this hour brought to you by Centeno Schultz, who just in a few days will have a seminar, 2 days. It's on Wednesday evening in Lone Tree. They will have a seminar on stem cell therapy. I just want to remind you, there are more ripoffs than not in the stem cell field. We talk about liars, cheats, and ripoffs. There have never been more lying and cheating going on than in the healthcare business right now. I'm hoping the FDA steps up and the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, FDA's Food and Drug Administration, to stomp out these fake chiropractic clinics, well, real chiropractors, but they're using fake stem cell therapy, mostly chiropractors. Just remember this, in order to get real stem cell therapy, true living stem cells, those stem cells must be extracted at the time of treatment. Centeno Schultz, one of the few clinics really doing it, call up about their seminar on the 26th, this Wednesday, in Lone Tree. They have one also Thursday evening, the 27th, in Brighton. 303-963-9201, 303-963-9201. All right. Gigi Wink is with us from Wink and Wink. They are bankruptcy attorneys.
Good morning.
We talk about credit, bankruptcy, finance. It's a big part of our life. So we're going to talk about that. And then we have another special guest I'll talk about in a second here. Let's get right to the phones. Angie, welcome. 303-713-TALK is our number. I'll let you know when the line is open. What's going on, Angie? What's happening?
I'm not a lot. How are you?
I'm doing good. Now, you were scammed.
Yes, I was.
How?
Well, I've been applying for jobs, and I saw a job, and it was actually like wrapping your car for iPhones, for Apple.
So they said if you wrap your car, we'll pay you.
Exactly.
And it sounds like a great deal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did.
So what's going on?
So what happened and they're communicating to me through text. So what happened is they sent me a check for $2,950. I took the check to my bank. I cashed it. I waited for it to clear. So 2 days later...
Now, how much did... Wait. So what was the deal? You were going to have your car wrapped, and they were going to pay you. Is that right?
Correct.
But it was the same old scam in that you had to take a check that was more than the amount and give them money back?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I want everyone listening to know this, okay? And you know, you may make note of this, staff, for our scam alert here, but basically it comes under the general heading of taking money and returning some. That is a major scam, and it comes in all different forms. Cashier's checks, money orders, all kinds of forms. It's called taking money and returning some. And it's the biggest scam. Now, you thought you were protected because you deposited that check, right?
Correct.
And you thought because you deposited it, it had cleared, right?
Correct.
How long did you wait?
Well, what happened is the day that I did it, and I actually sent it overnight to these people, that night I was sitting there thinking the whole process in my head, and I'm like, I just got scammed.
Yes, and let me explain something, Angie. Some people wait 3 days, and they think it must clear. Some 5 days. And I'll tell you why they think it cleared. Because in their bank, they get provisional credit, meaning banks have to give you provisional credit on deposits, meaning they give you access to them, but it doesn't mean it clears. Here's the deal. Sometimes it can take up to 6 months before you find out that's a phony check. And do you know why it takes up to 6 months sometimes? Because on purpose sometimes they screw up the routing number, which puts that check in a dead file. And that dead file then goes through and says, uh-oh, this is bad, but can sometimes take 6 months. What I want to tell people, never, ever, ever, ever accept a check, ever. Ever. Whether it's a cashier's check, whether it's a registered check, certified check, whatever they call it, it doesn't matter. Never accept a check, ever. Now, I could say there's a tiny exception, and I'm going to help you, Angie, but I want to just speak to those listening. And the tiny exception is something called Check 21. Does anyone know what Check 21 law is? That means you take the numbers. I call it Check 21 because I believe it had to do with a statute that allows people to do this. It's where you run that number as an ACH, and it immediately collects funds. It's called Check 21. Maybe that's just my nickname, Check 21. So in other words, you turn that check into an ACH by using the routing number and the account number. Have you ever seen places you go and you present a check at the cashier and they run it through and hand that check back to you? Has that ever happened to any of you? And our guest today, I'm asking Jimmy. Jimmy, have you ever seen that where you give a check?
Oh, yes, yeah.
And they give it right back to you and it's canceled. Right. They have drawn the money out. They turned it into an ACH. That's another safe way. Well, let's go back to Angie. And by the way, Jimmy, I'll introduce in a second here. Now, Angie, let's go back to you. You sent back $2,450. Is that right?
Oh, I sent back $2,400, and then the $50 was supposed to be to get the money orders. Now,
you were scammed for sure, right? I mean, 99.99999, well, let's say 100% of the time, these scams are scams. So I take it you found out you were scammed, or you're just still suspecting you were scammed?
Oh, no, I found out I was scammed. Because the next morning, I called after I had overnighted it, and I realized I was that night I was playing.
No, this is terrible.
Playing this over and over in my head.
God, this is terrible.
And I'm like, I just got scammed.
Angie,
so
and you know what's terrible about this? You were looking for a job, so you're hurting for money.
Well, luckily the thing is me and being my investigation skills.
What?
I went to the post office the next day because I called my bank.
And what happened? What did you do?
I was like, look, I sent this out yesterday.
Yeah.
I need to have this returned to sender.
What did they do?
Scam.
What did they do?
It was a nightmare.
Did you finally get it stopped?
I finally got it returned to me yesterday.
Oh my God, Angie, you're a superstar. Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, thank God. Angie, how the hell did you manage that?
I called 2 different police departments. I went to like 4 different post offices. I called Connecticut post office. I don't know how many times.
Oh my God.
I contacted the mail inspectors. I went down to the Lakewood Police Department, filed a police report, took it back up to where I mailed it to, gave it to them. They all faxed it over to this lady.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Angie, thank you for letting us know. Hey, listen, man, Angie, I want to here's what I want to do. I want to take her number, and I want to help her find a job. If anyone's listening, she's one sharp cookie. Angie, what do you know how to do?
I don't know how to do anything. I'm a manager at 3 to 4 different places. I do administration work.
Okay.
I've done investigative work for 8 years.
Angie, I'm going to check with our referral list members and people who need someone like you. You could easily do receptionist, administrative assistant. You can easily do middle management. I can hear it in your voice. Leave your information with us, okay?
Okay, thank you, Dan.
Okay, Dan, thank you, Dan. Okay, Dan took her call initially, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have, of course, Gigi Wink with us and a special guest coming right up. I'm Tom Martino. Fix it 24/7. We'll get an expert to your home. Oh, I just forgot. I was supposed to call them. Oh, my honey's going to be so upset with me. I got a call right now. Seriously, I need a plumber. I got a leak. It's like spraying out of a pump. But here's the deal. With Fix It, and yeah, I'm a paying customer, I really am, they will, for $39, come out and find a problem. Any problem, anywhere with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Now, if you decide to have the work done, you don't pay that $39, plus you get a $77 credit or discount. Now, that's what I'm going to do. You can do it too on any plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. If you do have the work done, you won't find better value. Not really. Not when you consider the parts, the service, and what they actually do. You know, people who look for the cheapest often get burned. People who think expensive means good often get burned. What you need is value, and that's what Fix It 24/7 provides. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
Yeah, as a Friday, she never heard back from the office.
That's awesome. So she got it.
Right, but you know what surprised me? The place she bought the...
Did you advise her to do that?
Well, no, she said she was already doing it, but she's having problems.
That is so great.
That's awesome.
I told her, I said, so you're saying to me that the place you got the money order wouldn't allow you to cancel it? No. If it's not cashed within 30 days, they'll send you something back. They'll do it. But why, if you purchased the money order, you got all the paperwork, why couldn't you just cancel it?
Yeah.
If that was you.
Oh. Right.
I do gotta say that that's one of the hardest things in the book.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's Craigslist bread and butter, right?
Tonight, Emmy winning The Voice is...
I just don't understand why somebody would be under the things that they would send something back.
I know.
Why would you send something back?
Yeah, that's not ever going to be legit.
Right.
Why?
It makes no sense. Why do they send you money then you want something back?
Yep.
It just makes no sense.
None.
Think Cam Solar. You can get a free evaluation of your lot to see what it will generate over the next 20 years. just going to a website and filling out a form. Not only that, they will guarantee that analysis, along with a 20-year parts and labor guarantee if you decide to go with their system. They have 3,000 systems going right now. GoCamSolar.com is the website. GoCamSolar.com.
How many pools you put in a year?
GoCamSolar.com/.
40, 50?
Really?
Well, not new pools.
Oh, okay, so you take a lot of, and then you put a liner in it, or you bust out the, you're gonna bust out the cement if they have a.
Usually don't bust it out. We might have to skim coat it or something.
Gotcha.
It just depends on what kind of shape everything's in. Sometimes you put steel up on the walls if it's a pool that had aluminum or plastic or something.
Gotcha.
And then, but new pools, no, not that.
Really?
Be good with maybe 6 or 8 a year would be good, but usually 2.
Are people, many people that put in pools, what's the percentage here in Colorado of hard or liner pools and stuff, or in-ground?
Yeah, I don't know that actually. I don't know the gunite.
Because those gunite, they're much more expensive, aren't they? And I just don't understand that so many things can go wrong and you're stuck with that.
And a lot more cracking and stuff, I think, in this climate.
Available at your local King Supers.
But you can do,
I think
a lot more design.
Talk is cheap. Action speaks louder than words.
What
and
is
results
liner?
matter. So if you
Oh,
need a
yeah,
lawyer for
because
you-
they're more forgiving too.
That's all
You
I
don't
had.
drain them, right, or do you have to drain them?
No, you really never supposed to drain them.
You're not supposed to. For weight, you
long
need the weight.
history about
That makes
standards
sense,
and
right,
results.
otherwise you can actually lift up if you got groundwater in there.
Same with all pools.
Not groundwater, but
Call
you
at
get
303-770-5555.
Well, I thought the groundwater, you do.
Sometimes there's groundwater there that'll
Push it
come
up
up
there.
good. And then also,
Today's the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your
That too,
family
but hopefully
can't
there's
breathe
not.
another precious
and
day
for the
for
liners, I mean, they'll go bad quickly if you drain them. Because
Oh, they will.
The sun or
Water is a
it
filter.
gets misshaped. Everything gets misshaped.
Water is a filter.
Related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's
Okay.
help.
And you know what, man? What I love about it, you can change colors.
Oh, I think liners are, they're easier on your
You
feet.
can get brand new. Oh, I love the way it feels on your
Oh, they make them so they're not so slick.
Oh, they're not slick at all.
Okay.
Especially the thicker.
I've been on liners where they were actually.
Oh, no.
You'll speak to
I've
someone
never,
about
even the smoother ones, I've never found them to be slippery.
Well, I guess what gets them, if they get dirty with algae and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's what it would be. That's what you probably
No,
felt.
well, no, that's actually because it came around like this, and I say,
Yeah, but
regular
clean-
gunite, where you can actually grab on.
Yeah, but a clean liner, if you feel the vinyl, it really, your feet kind of sit on it really well.
Maybe on the slope, you might slip it a little bit,
That's
maybe,
what I
but
guess I was looking
not
for.
just walking around in the.
Because yours do slope, right? You don't have like gunite
Very,
ones
no.
like this a lot.
Yeah, but gunite doesn't do that either anymore, because they found corners to be,
Okay, they don't like corn, okay.
They always, yeah. You know, gunite, if they do it right, has a bit of expansion and contraction, a bit, because they put some additives in, but it's not, it's still not, I don't know why people would go with it. And it's dreadful expensive to maintain if you have to repair it. Oh,
Then if you get a crack and stuff.
That's what I mean.
I think there's more design options with gunite than vinyl.
You can shape them.
You can shake them, yeah, a little better.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, budget A1 transmission and auto repair. They have a special $149 transmission, $149. You know what that gets you? $149 gets you to dropping the pan, doing all of the services inside, including the filter, putting it back together with new fluid. If there's any problems, you get a full written report with no obligation. You'll never pay more than $149, but if you have any work done, the $149 is credited. That's budget A1 transmission and auto repair, South Santa Fe on Dartmouth, just south. It's just south of Dartmouth on Santa Fe. 303-781-9858, and of course they do general repair, budget A1 transmission auto repair. Welcome to the show. One of our guests today is Jimmy. Jimmy Howe is with Big Splash Pools of Colorado. Years and years and years ago, I had a guy. He's deceased. He was a nice young man. Philip, we called him Flip, and he had a liner business, a wonderful pool company, and I helped him grow that business to one of the biggest pool places. He was a great guy, Calypso Pools. And since then, I've been looking. And almost everybody I talk to does either fiberglass or they do, gunite. And I was looking for a liner guy. And I don't know how this happened. Why did we get it? How did we find you? It was a phone call, Jimmy?
Right.
Were you calling in as an expert?
Oh, no. Calling in actually to get some advice on advertising because we're trying to grow our business right now.
Well,
so.
man, this is so fortuitous because we were looking for a liner pool guy. Liners are superior. People think, oh, no, they're like, they're like those, they picture these above ground plastic pools. They're not. They're not a kiddie pool. They're real deal. They dig out the hole and they line the upper part with is it a galvanized steel?
Steel, yeah.
And then the lower part is a troweled on porous concrete almost, right?
Vermiculite, yes.
Vermiculite. And then over that goes a liner that is smooth and soft on the feet. Do I sound like a salesperson?
Yes. Doing a good job.
You know what I love is that they don't crack. They can move slightly with the soil, easily repaired, and in 10 years, I don't know, how long do the liners last?
10 to 12 years.
You can rebuild your entire pool, and if you want, you get brand new colors.
Right.
And then you can have designs on the top, on the bottom, all kinds of colors. They're superior if you're looking for a pool. I mean that. I mean, people think, oh, that's the lower cost option. Well, it is, but it's the preferred one, especially in Colorado because of the soils. Anyway, if you have any questions, Jimmy's here, but he's just here to say hi, too. And he chimed in on the check thing. So let's go to the phones. Keep going, 303-713-TALK. I'm taking you in the order that you've been here. Okay, now, Aaron, what's happening, Aaron? How can we help you? Aaron?
Yes.
What's going on? Can you come back on, sir?
Okay, I'm
yes,
here.
sir. Okay, what about your landlord? Tell me the problem.
Yes, we lived with at this present landlord's house for 6 straight years.
6 years, okay.
Never missed a payment. Never was late.
Never late. Gotcha.
Never had to come out and get anything. Never had to hardly fix anything. Very difficult man to deal with.
Okay, what's going on? Now, are you leaving?
I left his house on August 9th.
Now, did you have a lease? Did you leave on a month-to-month? What were the circumstances?
It was month-to-month. But I gave him a year's notice that we were going to leave because he was going to sell us the house, and he backed out of that. So I told him, well, I'm giving you a year's notice that we're going to move out. And then 3 months before I moved, I told him we were going to move for sure and gave him a date.
Well, tell me why. I understand this. I understand that, you did it the right way, taking you at your word. Why is he keeping your deposit?
He said, I quote, we're keeping your deposit because we have evaluated the property, and before we could re-rent it, we found $1,100 worth of damage done to the house.
Well, that's tough. No, not tough. Well, let me put it this way. Normal wear and tear not allowed to be deducted. The big argument comes, what is normal wear and tear? And what is a damage? So let's see. Now, by the way, under no circumstances can they just keep it without an explanation. Did they give you a complete written explanation?
No, they haven't.
Wait, how long has it been since vacating?
August 9th. So it's September 9th would be 30 days.
30 days by law, 60 days it can be extended to 60 days in a lease. Even if the lease was years ago and you went month to month, if it said in that lease 60 days, it would be 60 days. So did he give himself 60 days?
Well, on October 9th, there'll be 60 days.
Okay. Now, if you don't get something by October 9th, you're going to sue him for treble damages.
Okay.
You're going to look up the law and teach yourself what it is. I'm not going to give you that legal advice. Or you're going to find an attorney, but you will be able to go after him. Now, if he does give you an accounting and you disagree, you can go after that. So let's talk about what you think he's deducting for. What did he mention?
He didn't mention anything, Tom. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, listen, this sounds like a guy that's going to try to take advantage of you, and you're not going to let him. because now you have us to help you through this, and we have attorneys. So you got to wait the time. If he gives you a detail, I want you to attack the detail based on evidence. I'm hoping you took photographs.
That I didn't. I feel really bad about that.
Did you do an inspection? Did you do an inspection with where someone can testify or be a witness for you?
Well, I just had the guys that were moving me out.
Okay. Aaron, let's just wait and see what he deducts. If he deducts things that are normal wear and tear, it's not going to work. It has to be a damage, and we can help you. So, give him a back line he can call back on, or an email, Daphne, and we'll continue this on October 9th, I believe he said.
But don't give him a heads up. Don't get in touch with him. At this point, you are riding it out till October 9th.
Be quiet, Aaron.
You want 3,300.
Yeah, is that the...
That's, it's 1,100, right, Aaron?
Okay, 1,100 times 3. So hold on. Hey, Paul, what's happening?
Hey, Tom.
You wrote to us and or called us, and we're getting back to you now. A closed business. What happened?
It's just time.
Tell me what happened. Did you have stuff with this business? What happened?
This is a uniform business. They provide us with uniforms.
Okay.
I've been doing that for almost 8 years now.
Okay.
I decided to close on the 14th.
Oh, you closed your business.
Closed my business.
And the uniform company is probably saying, sorry, you still have to buy uniforms under contract.
Right.
But what was the contract?
Well, that's what I'm unclear on. So,
do you have the contract?
I can't find it.
Oh, because we have Gigi Wink here. Hold on a second. We'll come back and talk specifics about this contract, okay? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. Art of Granite can save you money, and he can prove it. He'll give you a price on the phone. He's a direct stone importer. You know what that means? That means he sells the stone at wholesale. And even if you don't want to buy from him, you can buy anywhere on his wholesale account. So no markup on the stone, a small markup on the cabinets. He doesn't charge for the bath when you do the kitchen, and he also doesn't charge for tear out and haul away. Get your price on the phone. Mitch Floria, Art of Granite. And of course, that price on the phone is pretty dang close. Oh, it might be a few dollars here or there, but never more than 100 we found in the past. 303-586-5919, 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Why do people sue when they have personal injury? It's the only system we have for making people whole. If somebody is out there drunk or negligent or operating a big rig and they hurt you, what are you going to do? That is the system we have set up. Monetary compensation for someone else's negligence. And John Fuller understands that. He works with those who have been injured or hurt in automobile accidents. He can help you assess who to go after and go after who he needs to go after, which could include your own insurance company if they are resisting. And of course, he can go after the perpetrator, their insurance company, or somebody who was at fault that added to the accident. Here's the good news, though. You don't pay for any of that unless he wins. That's the important thing. This is how you reach him. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. His website is full of information that is so useful. Personalinjuryco.com. John Fuller, Fuller Law. 303-597-4500.
Whether you're considering a home purchase or refinance, Belco has great news. We've just extended our no origination fee offer, which can give you more buying power in a competitive market. For a limited time, when you apply for a Belco First Mortgage, you'll pay no origination fee at closing. Saving you thousands of dollars on closing costs is just one of the ways Belco can help you combat rising home prices. For offer conditions and restrictions, visit belco.org/mortgage. Membership eligibility required. Equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to approval. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Ideal Home Loans. For your next ideal home loan with credit optimization in order to get even better rates. They also have the Pick Your Term loan. You may not want to go back to 30 years. Pick whatever term you want. If you refinance or you purchase and rates go down, they will refinance you free of all lender fees. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Equal Opportunity Lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
I'm in my early 50s, and I really don't feel old, except for one thing. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and that one thing is my hair. It's been thinning for years, and it bugs me almost every time I look in the mirror. But I'm going to do something about it with Dr. David Broadway and Broadway Hair Restoration. Using NeoGraft, a safe and effective, minimally invasive technique, I'm soon going to look, well, more like I want to look. Call Broadway Hair Restoration and schedule your free consultation at 303-680-8989 or online at denverhairrestoration.com.
Adults who have crooked teeth and always wanted to deal with them, there is a way to do that. Dr. Kent Lawson has pioneered new orthodontics for adults. Straighten your teeth, widen your palate, take care of jaw alignment, help you with TMJ, stop sleep apnea with natural means in 2 years or less, way cheaper than getting a mouthful of veneers. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. Payroll doesn't seem that hard. It's just pay rate times hours worked, right? Sounds easy enough. Well, payroll is easy, as long as each employee's tax withholdings are properly set up and as long as you don't shoot yourself in the foot along the way. But payroll can be punishing for business owners like me who will assemble their kids' toys without reading the instructions first. We don't need to read instructions unless we're desperate. That's why Patriot Software offers payroll setup and support for free for businesses with up to 100 employees. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Hail and severe storm season is here, and that's why you need to call Golden Spike Roofing. If you think you have damage, call Golden Spike at 303-942-1386 for a thorough and free inspection. For roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden Spike Roofing.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Oh, we're not a sanctuary city. We're a fair city. We love everybody. And I'll make the argument until the day I die. When an illegal alien commits a crime, that is a crime that would not have otherwise been committed but for the illegal alien being in the country illegally.
The Michael Brown Show, afternoons 4 to 7 on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW. Denver's Talk Station, online at KHOW.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. DenverEgressWindow.com. DenverEgressWindow.com. They rebuild window wells and windows, the escape windows. They have to be in your home to legally count square footage that's underground. You have to have what's called egress, an escape route. Well, Denver Egress adds not only that safety, but protection of your foundation, beauty, because they use the most beautiful material. And it's not just the steel, ugly stuff. They don't use that. They also have value because it opens up that square footage because they can put them in anywhere, even if you don't have one existing. And durability, you don't have to do it again once they do it. Now, here's the deal. They can rebuild the old ones. They can expand the old little ones. They can put in egress where there's nothing. They can dig right through the foundation, and they can do even a walkout basement terraced down to a patio, even if you don't have a sloping lot. DenverEgressWindow.com. Call them for an evaluation. 720-626-4221. 720-626-4221. All right. Our guest today, Big Splash Pools, if you have ever had any curiosities about swimming pools. And Paul, as I understand this now, and we have a couple lines open. I told you I would let you know. Les, we'll get to you. We have a couple lines at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You can get right through. Now, Paul, here's how I understand it. What kind of business, by the way, did you have?
Auto repair.
Auto repair. And you had uniforms that you leased from a company, right?
Correct.
Okay. And were you under obligation to lease a certain number per month?
Let's see. I do not know that.
In fact, the whole thing is ambiguous, but here's what you do know. The last time you remember signing a contract was 2010, is that right?
That's correct.
Now, they claim you're under contract, right?
That's right.
And so what? I mean, that's what it comes down to. Paul, you're out of business, and, you know, a threat is a threat is a threat. Because, Gigi, in order for them to collect, they have to do a lot more than say, we can prove we've given you uniforms or we've leased you uniforms for the past 10 years or 8 years. They can say that. That doesn't constitute a contract, does it?
Not at all.
Unless the old contract had an automatic renewal clause, right?
Yeah. If you sign something saying, I mean, but then that's like a contract in perpetuity. I think you even have an argument there. It's like, you know, you can't be in a contract that binds you for the rest of time.
Then he could have signed, sometimes on receipts, it says, you agree to by the terms of our contract dated such and such, or something to the similar. Like, for example, with credit card receipts, a lot of people would have people use their credit card and sign and then go, ha-ha, that wasn't me. And the way they got around that, many credit card receipts say that you agree to the card issuer's terms and conditions. And then you sign becoming obligated. A lot of people don't know that, but you do so. So, and anyway, Paul, I am guessing that you are right and they are wrong. So here's what you do.
Well, I'm not sure what I'm right about. All I know is...
Well, you didn't sign a contract. Are you right about that?
So 2 years ago, my contract was over, and he wanted me to sign...
I thought you didn't sign since 2010, according to Deputy Dan.
That's right.
I don't remember ever signing a contract. I cannot find it. But my contract, according to them, was 6 years long, was over 2 years ago, and that's when they wanted me to renew the contract, and I said, no, let's just leave it alone. I never signed anything.
Well, okay, so if you feel you don't have a contract, here's what I would do. I would say to these guys, we do not have a contract. Therefore, if you feel I owe you money, you should take me to court, because I am confident you will not be able to produce a signed contract. That's it. I don't have to go over that. I mean, that's what I would do.
Right. And then if they have one, maybe they'll give you a copy of it. And
then you examine it. You ask for it before you go to court as part of your discovery. Now, Mark, what swimming pool question do you have for Jimmy with Big Splash Pools of Colorado?
Thanks. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
We've been looking at swimming pools, and we haven't looked at the liner pool, but I was wondering if we've been looking at the fiberglass type that go in the ground. I was wondering what the advantages of the liner pool, if any, over a fiberglass pool.
I've looked at all three, and I could have afforded each one, and I went with a liner on purpose. But, Jimmy, what are the benefits?
Well, I'm not real familiar with fiberglass, because that's not what we do.
Fiberglass is a shell.
Right, and it just...
they're not bad.
When they crack and stuff, if you have to repair them, that's just kind of ugly, and then... when they'll get stained, and over time, and
they fade.
Hard to maintain that way. Where a vinyl, like Tom was saying earlier, vinyl liner, you can just replace it, and you basically got a brand new looking pool.
Yeah. Also, a vinyl does not crack. Now, even if you got a puncture in it, it's difficult. But if you did get one, and it happens, they can be repaired very easily. Very easily. I got to shut off this phone. Okay.
Okay, you mentioned that the soil, there was an advantage earlier.
Yes, well, soil moves in Colorado. And if it moves slightly, you can get a crack in a gunite pool. You can get a crack in a fiberglass pool. Now, fiberglass is not as bad as gunite, but you can, or a fiberglass pool, one of the problems I've seen is that when hydrostatic pressure is applied to them, rather than moving just in one spot, the entire shell can pop. And with the liner pools, that doesn't happen. The liner pools will have a minor wave in it that you don't even notice, and it doesn't crack. And so and also the entire pool can be rebuilt for pennies on the dollar compared to gunite or replacing an entire fiberglass shell.
Okay, great. Now, the pricing-wise, it's very similar to...
No, I think it's way less expensive. I don't know, Jimmy, how do you compare to gunite pools or fiberglass?
Definitely less expensive.
Fiberglass, I was told, is right around the same price as gunite.
Pretty close, I think.
Right, that's what I've been finding.
Yep. So
I would definitely... Listen, man, I want you to do me a favor. Shopping can only help, right? So, you call Jimmy. I want to see what you decide after hearing Jimmy Howe with Big Splash Pools of Colorado and the others. Then I want to see what you decide.
Okay. Well, very good.
And I want your honest-to-God opinion after you hear the sales pitch.
Very good.
All right, so hold on. Daphne, would you get his information, and we'll pass it on to Jimmy. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's go. Continue here. Les, welcome to the show. Les, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Recently, my father passed away, and left myself and my sisters a fairly decent chunk of money.
About how much will your share be?
About $500K.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how to handle it as far as money.
How much do you have other than this?
I own my house outright.
How much is your house worth?
$450, somewhere around there.
Okay, good. And you own your house. How much money do you have in the bank other than this? Actual cash, liquid.
Probably 25,000.
And how much do you earn?
I'm retired.
Okay. And are you on Social Security?
I am.
Okay.
And I also have a pension. So I net about $3,500 a month currently, which is, I don't have any debt.
What about cars?
We do have a couple of cars. Probably have $20,000 in debt between the two of them.
Okay, listen. What I would do if I would try not to have any car debt. Okay, that's for sure. And I would make sure I have cars that are really nice. And then and then okay, good. Pay them off. Or get rid of the ones you owe on and try to just get your car situation. Now, with the rest of the money, there's something called roulette, red or black, and you have a chance of doubling it. So, no. Please, I'm just kidding. You know what? Les, I don't mean this, by the way, as a put down at all, but it's not enough money to get crazy.
Well, no, it wasn't going to get crazy. My main concern here...
I would go to a good investment advisor, and I don't mean a stock turner and churner. I would go to a good investment advisor like I have, and I'm not going to necessarily plug anyone. I'm just going to say go to a conservative, but, it depends on your risk, and invest the money and make a decent return. You know what? Good stock and investment advisors, not turning and churning. Mark turns and churns. Deputy Dan turns and churns. I didn't give them. I have some money, and I follow them, and I've been making some damn good money, more than my financial advisor, but I'm also extremely high risk. But my investment advisor has made me consistently between 8 to 16% all the time. So
my concern, though, is this. My wife, in a past relationship, had a son who is homeless, and he's a drug addict, and I'm just trying
Is this your ex-wife?
No, it's my current wife, but this is from...
And how old is the son?
Late 40s.
So what is your concern?
My concern is that he can touch the money eventually.
You can put it in a trust. Any investment account can be put in a trust, and you can dictate how that is done.
Okay.
Totally how it's done. Totally.
And could I also do some kind... I want to put investments for my granddaughters for college education. I wanted to set up, some kind of fund for them.
And you can do that. And again, this is not tax to you, so therefore you have the freedom that you don't have to do a special kind of qualified plan. You can simply put, but doing a qualified plan or a Roth for education is really good for you because you don't pay tax on any of it if you use it for education. Isn't that right, Deputy Dan?
That's right, yep.
And so that money that you put away for your daughter will grow tax-free. That's extraordinary. Plus, if it's used for her college, no income tax ever on that. So that's another consideration. So you got the Roth, you got a conservative, safe investment advisor. Now, I don't mean conservative like afraid, but you don't want to turn and churn with that much money. If you had disposable income and really extra money, you could think about some turning and churning. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney I hope you never need. I hope you don't need Gigi Wink here at Wink & Wink. They're bankruptcy attorneys. Of course, they also do debt settlement as well. But here's the deal. Criminal defense is something that most of the time can be avoided when it comes to DUIs. Especially, just don't drink and drive, don't smoke weed and drive. It's that easy. Uber and Lyft makes it easy. Also, Joe Lazzara makes it easy if you want to get through the system as far as getting through the system. Let him handle it for you. Don't try to do it alone. 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Lazzara, on my referral list at referralist.com.
This report sponsored by NBC.
You already got a pool here. So fiberglass, that's great. They got to haul that in, right?
Yeah, with crane.
Yeah.
Drop it in the hole.
Geez, I would think that's, and I can see that thing would really be light to lift up and stuff if that ever popped up. I don't even know why somebody would want fiberglass. Do they have to put a base underneath the fiberglass like you guys do, or what do they do?
I don't know if they just, actually I'm not sure if they just, I think they just put it in on top of the dirt.
Okay.
They may do a little bit of fill with sand or something, but they don't have to do a hard bottom underneath it, as far as I know.
Tonight, Emmy-winning The Voice is back with Adam, Blake, Kelly, and Jennifer Hudson.
What do you think would be the difference of pricing? Because you guys for your liners, you still put like a deck around it, right?
Right.
Like a poor deck.
And that's where sometimes some people's pools still get up pretty expensive.
Sure.
Pools because if they want to do elaborate decking and that type of stuff. And one we did was like a raised patio behind the pool.
Okay.
So that's where.
So you do all that?
Well, sub that out.
Oh, you do.
And Jimmy, I wanted to talk to you about, so after the show, if you want to come down, I can show you how to do your own page. But if you want to add cities, I wasn't sure what cities you are willing to go to, because you're of Colorado. That could be pretty encompassing.
Right.
So you can add, what cities, but I know this guy's Colorado Springs. So
oh, yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
Okay,
and actually, when I filled out the referral list, I thought I put Colorado Springs and Denver Metro, but it shows up Evergreen.
Oh, it did? Okay, something like that. So I'll change that, but we'll tweak it.
Okay.
And I just did something fast so that we had something and we can make it. So if you want to come down after the show, we can take a look at that and I can show you how you can put deals in, especially into the season.
Right.
Yeah.
Closing deals right now.
Yeah, exactly. Put your pool in now, you'll get a better deal than next spring.
Right. Thank you.
You take off to Costa Rica come November then? What you want to do? Huh?
No.
That's what Gigi does. Huh?
Or Hawaii.
Shuts down after things, no?
No.
Catch up on all the honeydews.
I know. We have boring vacations too. We visit my family and visit. We spent that time, but we haven't been back. We haven't been back since we left in 07.
Okay. You were there 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Then we moved to San Fran area for 2 years, and then we moved back here. I love that. That was my favorite place ever. We weren't in a city. We were in a suburb.
Okay. What suburb?
It's called Lafayette.
Okay.
So there's an area. It's 3 suburbs: Lafayette, Orinda, and Moraga. They call it La Morinda. schools are amazing.
Really?
Yeah, people are super great. I loved it there so much.
I lived in Sacramento
Yeah,
for a while, which is so nice because you just go there. But anytime you guests come in, the women love San Francisco.
Oh,
Women love San Francisco.
I love it.
They like the hills.
I
they
love
like
it all,
the
and
stuff.
I love. There's just so much to do around there. You know, you can go to Montecito, you can go to Santa Cruz, you can, you know, quick, hour and a half. It can be, not where we were in the valley, so it was like real summer, when it was summer, not like the city can get cold. But if you're feeling hot, you can just
go over there.
Go over the bridge. Great museum.
Did it cool off at night where you were at? Because Sacramento would get hot as
No,
Bakersfield,
no,
but it cooled
yeah,
off at night.
it did cool off at night.
If the Delta breezes, they call them. Oh, I love to live in Sacramento.
It's crowded. California's crowded.
It's terrible.
Yeah, because we had just come from Hawaii, and it was like, oh, this is where everybody is. There's not that many people in Hawaii compared.
I tell you, everything north of there, like, you know where Eureka is?
Yeah, I didn't spend much time up there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There's nobody up there.
Just totally dead.
It's chilly, but it's like lumber. It's still lumber, and lumber is still. But we used to do a lot of work over there and stuff, and I love going up there because it's beautiful. That's where the redwoods are at.
Oh.
Well, yeah, never mind. Garrett.
Yeah, the
G-A-R-R-E-T. G-A-R-R, though. I would say
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah, that would be how I would spell it.
I'm your troubleshooter, Tom Martino, and I love telling you about KH Home Solutions. Happy birthday, Ted. Ted Rowland I've known for like 30, 40 years. He must be like 39, so I knew him when he was 9 years old. He runs KH. It's been around 62 years. He took it over from the new guy. No, Henry passed away. Henry started this company 62 years ago. Anyway, K&H Home Solutions, it was K&H Window. So the website's khwindow.com. That's where you can get your appointment made directly, just on your own. Just fill it out, and they'll come see you. And right now, I just want to talk about, they do everything. Roof gutters, siding, windows, doors. The siding they have is Everlast. Just remember the name. Look them up. It's made with earth minerals like talc and other things and plastics. It's the most durable siding you'll ever find. I absolutely, positively love it. 30% off right now. 303-421-7100. 421-7100 if you have any questions, or khwindows.com. All right, so let's go to the phones. Keep going. We have a lot happening. I'm taking people in the order they've come in here, and we have Phil. Phil with hail damage to a car. What's happening, Phil?
Morning, Tom.
Hey, man, what's going on?
30-year listener here, so.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to help you no matter what, even though I have to write a check. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, great. I hope not to. Last month, we rented a cargo van to move my son up to an apartment in Fort Collins. Picked it up late in the afternoon on August 6th. Did a walk around with the agent. He noticed a few things, including hail damage on top of the roof. He opened the cargo door, looked on top, tells me, looks like there's some hail damage.
I hope they noted it.
Well, that's just it. I signed off. He goes, sign here on the iPad. This is what I noted for damage. Turn it in the next day. They say, oh, there's hail damage. And I go, yeah, it was noted. And they go, no, it wasn't.
Oh, man. Hold on, though, Phil. Was there any hail at all where you were?
No.
Okay. Well, they have a GPS to prove where you were, and you have and the weather, if there was no hail, there's no hail.
I know. I got 4 hail reports, none of it at my house. But I submitted it to my insurance, who paid it all, then $16,000 in damage time.
Wait. There was $16,000 worth of hail?
Yeah, supposedly.
Come on, man. These guys, and you're telling me, honest to God, it was noted, you guys talked about it before you signed.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible there was more hail damage? Because $16,000 is more than just the top.
Well, yeah, they supposedly got dings on the side and everything. But
were there dings on the side? Did you note that, too, in your mind?
I never saw them, Tom. And to fix it, they got to, like, cut the top off and replace 2 panels, which is like $10,000 of the claim.
No, I understand that. So listen, you didn't even take a picture with your cell phone?
Nope.
So now what? Now what?
But anyway, Safeco paid all but $1,000. So I used a credit card that I just submitted the claim.
You better be lucky they didn't go after you for loss of use.
Well, Safeco, who rocks, covered that. They covered loss of use and diminished value. They covered all that.
Safeco does rock. It's one of the good companies. Compass Insurance Group carries them. So anyway, so where are we right now? Are we at $1,000?
Yeah, $1,000 deductible. I submitted it because I used my credit card, turned down their, the renter's insurance, and used my credit card.
Right.
That just got submitted, so I'm expecting to hear back this week. But I don't think they'll cover it because after reading my terms and conditions, I read it before.
All right, hold on. I want to come back to you. Don't leave. We need to talk about this. Also, the RV, the shoddy paint job, missing water meter, and more coming up.
I can't believe he didn't write that down on his rental agreement. This is the first time he ever rented a car?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What was the place? I didn't hear what was the place they rented a car at.
I didn't say.
I didn't hear it either.
Because this place is a scam.
Ridiculous.
We need to put that out. I don't know.
You should be concentrating on your kids. Don't split your focus. Consumer advocate Tom Martin.
But he almost admitted liability, right, by turning into his insurance.
He did.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's too late now.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
come and gone.
They'll negotiate the best possible settlements. So instead of going to the principal for a paddling,
So Patty's outbound. Please note it. Is that Patty outbound?
they will make sure you get terms that
No, everybody's done.
844.
Oh, so that the emails came after the call. Okay.
Yeah, he had her call in.
Deal with
Oh, got it.
You know what I mean? The state or IRS. Call 844 Larson Tax. That's 844 LARSON Tax.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 K-House, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW Denver.
No one's getting fired today. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The White House just releasing a statement about Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein after reports he was expecting to be fired after a New York Times story he denies about possibly recording the president and trying to remove him from office. The White House now says at Rosenstein's request, he and President Trump had an extended conversation to discuss recent news stories. But because the president is at the UN General Assembly in New York, they will meet Thursday when the president goes back to Washington. Several other top U.S. officials are also.
It was Enterprise where he rents that
here about the 25th Amendment report in the Times.
Literally, I have never wanted
Did you hear this? Listen to this.
where that conversation has happened.
This woman had a contract for uniforms,
Oh.
and it had an automatic
renewal.
But after the initial term, it could be canceled in 30 days.
So he can do that right now.
I think so, but if he didn't do it,
Then
he owes for everything in the past.
yeah.
Do you have the uniform guy, or
Yeah, those protesters
did he just call in cold, or what?
No, we talked to him. I sent you the contract.
Call him back. Wait, what contract?
The-
You said there was no uniform.
I sent him their quick agreement, or their,
Where is
I sent an email to you to Tom.
Oh, so I have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something as basic as
No, the early contract, get it out.
I'm looking for it. Where is it?
Judiciary Committee has
You sent, is it Dan you sent it, or from Trouble, or what?
to testify.
I think the Dan,
Ford says she was sexually assaulted by Kavanaugh when both were in high school. Kavanaugh unequivocally denies that account. Lisa.
Thanks, Jared. After the second allegation, Kavanaugh calling it a smear campaign. President Trump echoing that this morning during the UN meeting as he said again,
Came from hell.
Kavanaugh is a fine man who has his full support. Fox News, fair and balanced.
This flu season, one Walgreens flu shot can make a world of difference. So you
can't
can
believe that I
protect
didn't
yourself
argue that.
and also your close-talking coworkers.
Even if it's, you don't pay insurance.
No.
He just got a hit on his insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Providing over 60 million flu shots since 2010.
I would have went
Apply for your
bonkers.
flu shot today with a $0
Yeah.
copay with most insurance. Because protecting the world starts with protecting yours. Walgreens. Trusted since 1901. Vaccine subject to
I was in Old Sacramento, and it had on the decking,
When posting on
cement,
most
they said
you
they
get
mixed it with,
I'm the sales
oh
rep
shoot,
for the
what's the
sales
stuff that's liquid insulation that's
But when you
illegal
post on
now?
Indeed.com, you get the
It's
candidates
supposed
just
to be on
right.
brakes and everything.
I'm
Asbestos. Do they allow you to do that anymore?
I have one here, but I don't have a contract with it. It's just from health, and it says, please call the show, and then it says,
hiring's better when you
I looked into it,
save time on hiring when you
post a job on Indeed. It says, thank you for responding, then it says, it depends on your
This
contract.
report sponsored
but
by
there is no
NBC.
contract on this.
Isn't there an attachment with that?
Not with this one, there is.
Mine,
I'm looking here, no.
I go to sent and it's right there. It's a JPG file, JPEG file.
Tonight, Emmy winning The Voice is back with Adam Blake, Kelly, and Jennifer Hudson. There's the premiere of Manifest. A man missing 5 years
Go to
when
the very
Mike
bottom,
comes home. The passengers haven't aged a day. Why? Manifest tonight after The
Because
Voice.
even mine sent out, it has the.
If you're looking for I always use K&H Home Solutions. I've known Ted Rowland 25 years or more. This company has more than a 16-year heritage.
No, that's the one. It's the one that you want.
Used to be K&H Windows, and they were the first replacement window company on my referral list at referralist.com. Windows, doors, and siding. Their website is khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. They're designed for both beauty and energy efficiency. Nothing improves a home like these windows, and you won't find a better company when it comes to ethics, to skill, and when it comes to standing behind their product. If you need windows, doors, or siding, you can rely on K&H. I know that for sure because I had them do the windows on my home in Franktown so many years ago, and they still look beautiful. 303-421-7100. khwindows.com. Why don't you go to their website? You can
It's called cool decking. That's what it's called. Cool decking. It could be 110 out. You set the deck. Wouldn't be hot at all. So you guys can't do that. But they said it was expressive. Right. I'm sure it was. But I'm saying
the only thing they put in there now, they do fiberglass sometimes or dimensional caregiving with visiting angels.
That was the best decking. Never was hot.
That's 877-374-LIVE. Franchises are available. Visiting Angels, America's choice in
So
directory.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado.
Did show up again, Tom?
About different treatment options. All evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
Your shot at $1,000 right now. Text the keyword BILLS to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's BILLS to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in this universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, recovering hundreds of millions of dollars for consumers in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. One of the things I love doing is telling you about great goods and services, and I only tell you about them if I absolutely believe in them, and I investigate any and all concerns, complaints, or issues with them, and I really do look into it. Icon Eye Care is one of these things that I just can't find anything wrong. I mean, the worst thing is maybe you can't afford a certain procedure. Now, they make LASIK so affordable, but what I love about them is the clear lens exchange. Okay, it's normally reserved for cataracts. Most of the time, people don't change their entire lens unless they have cataracts. Then they take out the old, put on the new. It used to be you had to pick nearsighted or farsighted when you put in a new lens because they didn't focus. So most people would choose farsighted, elderly people like me, 65 and older, and then they would wear glasses for near. Now, because of technology, you have lenses that focus. Well, when that happened, I said, why wait for cataracts? And they said, Tom, a lot of people are doing that. We call it the clear lens exchange People who are in their 30s and 40s never need glasses again, never get cataracts, and they can focus from day one. No contacts, no monovision, all of it covered with the Clear Lens Exchange. Icon Eye Care for more. Icon, I-C-O-N, iconeyecare.com. I love them. 866-GOT-ICON. All right, let's talk. What's on your mind today? Anything? Let's go to the phones. We left off with a guy, and I'm just so puzzled. He should have fought harder, but he didn't, so he kind of admitted liability. Once you admit liability, it's over. Phil rented a van, a cargo van, and then he said that they saw hail damage, but he didn't note it in writing. No one noted it. He didn't take photographs with his phone to timestamp it. Therefore, when he returned it, they said you're responsible for the hail. And his insurance paid, which is nice, really nice, all but the deductible. Now the deductible's $1,000, and his credit card turned it down. I thought credit cards are supposed to cover deductibles, Phil. What happened?
Well, I just submitted that last Friday, so I've not heard that they aren't paying it. But after the fact, I looked in my terms and conditions of my agreement with my credit card, and certain cars aren't covered. You know, classic cars, you know, Porsches, Lamborghinis, and cargo vans. Okay, so you're going to owe $1,000. What's the issue? So what I'm thinking of, I've got hail reports, and I've got... Yeah, but that's too late. I would argue... Here's why. You're going to be in very big trouble. Because if you prove... I just want you to know what happens. If you prove that it was not hail damage, guess who you owe money to? A false report to your insurance company. Well, I got a damage report from the rental company that shows this damage, supposedly.
So you're going to claim to your insurance company that you just now figured out there was previous damage?
No.
What are you going to say? You're going to owe your insurance company. They're not going to go to them. They're going to go to you. They paid the money to you or on your behalf. So just be ready that when you win this argument, not to pay the $1,000 deductible to them, you're going to owe your insurance company. You can't have it both ways. Your insurance company will find out.
Okay, but if it goes that far, and it goes, what I'm wanting to do is just fight the $1,000, have them just take me right to collection.
Okay, and then you go, right, that's logical. You fight the $1,000, they take you to collections. Collections can't get a dime until they get a judgment. You're served, you go to court. When you go to court, your argument's going to be there was never hail damage to begin with because it was pre-existing. Okay, listen, hold on. You have to prove it was pre-existing. You can't just prove there was no hailstorm because the presence of hail says there was a hailstorm. So just saying there could not have been hail is not enough because it's there. It's like saying I didn't scratch the car and the scratch is there because you did scratch the car. Or it was pre-existing. If you argue the hail was pre-existing, there's going to be all kinds of questions like, why didn't you note it? Why didn't you take a photo? But there's even going to be something else. If you knew there was pre-existing hail, if you knew it, you put in a fraudulent report with your insurance just to get that company off your back. Phil, I am telling you, this is the wrong way to go. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay? Now, if you want to fight the $1,000, the proper way to do it is to go to your insurance company and say to them, you know what? Something's been really bothering me. At first, I wanted to get these guys off my back. Then I realized it wasn't right because I thought maybe there could have been another storm, but there wasn't. And I'll tell you how I know. I went and got the weather reports. And then I remember there were some dings on the truck anyway. When I put it all together, I think you got put together. And I think you represent me, should go and get our money back. Then you let them fight for you. So I'm not going to belabor this any longer. If you disagree, you got to disagree on your own. But that's how I would do it. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink, is that how you would argue it?
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. He did say he might have already told them that that was his position, but I don't, I don't know.
Here's the deal. He's going to either have them mad at him or his insurance company mad at him if he doesn't align with his insurance and fight this thing.
No, I agree. You can't take two opposing.
Jimmy Howe with Big Splash Pools. By the way, if you have any questions about in-ground pools, what do you think as a businessman about this? How would you have handled it?
Oh, just the way you guys are saying it, I would have fought it from the beginning.
In the beginning.
First.
Yeah, forget it. I'm not paying for something that was there, and I would have taken a picture. Let's talk. Paul, he has an RV he wants to talk about. Paul, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just bought a new used motorhome and have driven it halfway across the country.
Cool.
And I know you do big RVs.
I used to when I was young and stupid. I'm just kidding.
How come you stopped?
I'm just kidding. So what's going on?
I lost my tachometer about 500 miles ago, and so I know you can't help me solve it, but I've got to find somebody here in Denver. I don't really live here in Denver anymore.
Okay, you're in luck. You're in luck. They're just north of Denver. They're called they're my company. Sentry. I just had a brain thing. I'm 65. Give me a break.
Sentry RV.
Sentry RV. Now they have two locations, but the one out on 6th Avenue is not in Lakewood. Does not have a service department. So you have to go to the one just north of the city and they're at I-25 and the turnoff to Longmont, which is Highway 119.
Well, Tom, here's the problem is these RV places are booked 2 and 3 weeks out to get an appointment.
Well, if it's a quick problem like that, I think they can handle it. Or Lakewood Auto Electrics, because I believe...
I know where they are.
Huh?
I know where they are. Yeah, they're very good.
Yep, and if you talk to Bryant, if you want, we can call either one and try to put in a good word to get you out of here. Where are you from?
Well, I've lived here for 30 years. You and I have talked many times, and then I'm living out in California now.
How's it going?
Awesome.
Where in California do you put that RV?
East San Diego, and then we got all the kids off to college, and my wife and I are out on the road 2 to 3 weeks a month.
Paul, that is so cool. Are you the Paul that many, many years ago used to do insurance and then fix and flippers?
Yep, I did fix and flips for 15 years till I got stinky here. And,
see, I never forget a voice ever, 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 ever. Thank you very much. But hold on. So, if he wants us to call RV...
do you want a Lakewood Electric number?
Paul knows where they are.
Okay.
It's okay. But you can give it for people listening for electrical. Go ahead.
303-231-0903.
So hang on. Paul, if you need anything, Daff will get it if you want us to call for you. Patty... We got some emails on Patty on a shoddy paint job. Hi, Patty.
Hello.
Hey, listen, Dan's got some emails from you. Tell us what's going on.
Okay, so whole thing in a nutshell, I hired someone to basically do a faux finish on my cabinet. So what I wanted, I had the standard graded, builder's grade. And I wanted like that white antiquated look.
Is this on a new home or what?
Oh, no. I've been in my home almost 15 years.
You know, there are some people that do just spectacular jobs on cabinets. And an antique white is one of the easier colors.
Well, yeah, and then I wanted to look distressed, that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course, yep.
Yep, and so, I had gotten several bids, and, that old adage, you get what you pay for.
Yep.
So, anyways, he made it sound like he had done this before. Anyway, so what I did was I left, like I always do with contractors. I like to give them their space, went and did some errands, went to a movie.
And basically, don't tell us about your movie, get right to the cabinet. Now, the cabinets are lousy or what?
Yep. So what happened was I came back home and I said, oh, wow. Okay, so they looked more rustic. So they were staying dark. And I thought, okay, well, I can work with this.
Now, Dan, do you have any emails with her?
Yeah, I forwarded that to you, and I got one on the website. Yeah.
The photo. Okay, so I want to look at this photo here. And so, anyway, to make a long story short, what did the guy say?
Okay, so at first I said, okay, they look fine. And like I said, I was going to work with it. I was going to do my own touch-ups. Then
oh my God,
they're terrible. They're terrible.
They're terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
They're terrible.
I know. So I thought at first it was lighting. I thought, okay, it's the way the light
Oh, my God, there's no light in the world that would make this look good.
No.
No light would make it look good.
Until I took a closer look.
By the way, our online feed, YouTube, it's referral list on our YouTube channel, or Facebook, or referrallist.com. Click the watch live. These are terrible.
Yeah. So like I say, I thought it was lighting at first, and then I started looking closer. I said, "Oh, holy hell! What is this?" So I texted him, and
now the one base cabinet doesn't look bad. That one. Wait, no. No, those are the ones you, I'm sorry, those are good pictures. Those are the ones that you found in a magazine or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted, and that's what I texted.
Anyway, hold on. What is this guy saying right now?
So, I sent you all the texts.
I just want to know what this guy, does he justify this?
He said he could make them darker, all of them darker. I said, I don't want darker. I want them lighter.
Well, he's saying darker because he's screwed up. He has to start over. Exactly. I don't know if he can because he stained them.
So what I did was, I do everything on text because I want it in writing. And anyway, so I said, you know what? Let's just do let's just paint it a solid color, because that way I figured, yeah, at least.
Okay, so did you do it?
No. So what happened was he said he would do that, but he would only do the cabinet front and the drawer front. He wasn't going to do the whole thing, or he'd have to charge me.
Now listen. What is this guy's name first and foremost, so we can warn people?
His name is Rick, and I'll be honest, I'll have to look at my text to tell you the name of the business.
Where'd you find this guy?
I did a lot of different research, so I want to either say Facebook.
What did you do research? What did you search? Bad jobs?
No, no, I do online like Google reviews and that, but there wasn't anything. And when I had him come out, he did give me.
All right, hold on. We got to figure out. We got to call this guy. You look at. If you paid him, I wouldn't pay him a dime. You got no value here. Sometimes I say you get value, you got to pay. If anything, he made it more difficult. It's terrible, and I would not pay. Hey, if you're looking for a safe, conservative investment, this is for anyone who wants a safe, conservative investment. But listen to what I'm saying, please. I am not telling you it's the best investment in the world. I'm telling you it's one of your investments. It's called Become the Banker. It's where you overfund a mutual whole life policy on purpose to get a cash value that accumulates tax-free. You then use that fund during your life instead of a credit card, and then pay yourself extra interest on purpose, again, to put more money away. You're not, let me repeat, you are not investing in the insurance policy. You are not buying more life insurance. You are putting extra money. The life insurance grows automatically with your earnings, but you don't pay for that. You only pay one cost of insurance, and the rest of it is your cash value. If you want to learn how to do this, because in the end you use it to supplement your Social Security, and you never have to pay tax on it because they're all loans that are paid off by the death benefit, call directly for a little person one-on-one thing if you want it, 303-779-6600. 779-6600, that's 779-6600, or just go and look at my video and some other stuff. BecomeTheBanker.info, BecomeTheBanker.info. And please, those of you who say, this is a bad investment because so-and-so says so, please shut up. I don't want to hear it. Okay? You got to do more than that, because the numbers don't lie. There is nothing wrong with this investment. Nothing at all wrong with it. You may not want it, but there's nothing wrong with it. BecomeTheBanker.info.
It's terrible.
Painter is an anal retentive perfectionist. Right. He would go crazy.
What I'm saying is, if he could do something to help this.
No, because he's perfect. You know what I'll say? Start over.
Right.
Well, you can't extract stain.
A bit of stuff.
Can't you do a solid color antique?
Of course he can. Okay. Yeah, of course you could. I don't know if he does photos. I don't really know.
This is just, I can't believe she...
But I will tell you, man, this is terrible.
This is terrible. It really is terrible. You guys want to see that?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's how they're different.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's the whole kitchen in general and stuff. What would you do? It looks like dirt blew in there.
Oh my gosh.
No, dirt would be an improvement.
I mean, that's
not good.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I think
Oh, boy.
1400. And if you look right, see, right there, right. Look at that down in there. Yeah. I mean, that. I don't even know if you could have a little kid who would do better than that.
Yeah. No.
And she's not. You know, you get some people and they mess in the kitchen and they're almost crying every time you talk to them.
Yeah, she is handling it well.
20 years, 30 years. If you paid it down, you don't have to go all the way back to 30. They also have a rate guarantee. If rates go down over the next 2 years, they refinance you free of all lender fees, and they have pre-approvals. Hello? It's just like a cash offer. You are actually approved. All they're waiting for is
Hello?
And
It's called Royal Premium.
financing will be a certain amount, and it
I give 2 chances tonight.
867-7000. Closing in 3 weeks or less. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. They're also on my.
I don't see what he could end up doing, but like I say, you're right. It has to be a solid color.
Yeah, that's not.
The antique. This is just.
Call Golden Spike at 303-942-1386 for a thorough and free inspection.
Oh, good. He's here. He listens all the Steve Painter. Listens all the time.
Oh, is he calling?
Yeah. It's kind of cool when they do that stuff and they're on it like stink on a monkey.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive research with Centennial Schultz Clinic right here in Colorado. They're internationally recognized for their work with stem cells. They're all MDs, working with true living stem cells harvested from your own fat or bone marrow, then strategically delivered with guided injections. Only MDs deliver the injections. More experience than any other provider in the country. Why would you go to
That's
a
as
clinic
bad as
with
Marco's
no
suit,
MDs at
Tom.
all? Centennial Schultz can help you with painful joints, knees, hips,
We got a lawyer in
shoulders,
here, Martha
hands.
Benelli.
They can repair most of
It
these
looked like it was right out of the
Oh no!
60s
Oh
used car
no!
salesman.
Oh no!
Centennial
That's
Schultz,
not good.
303-963-9201. Explore your
I didn't want
life
to say
at a
anything
true
wrong.
medical regenerative clinic.
Did you actually pay for that?
303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. And on my referral list at referralist.com. Never worry
He's
about
a good egg
breakdowns
about it.
with Pro Auto Care. You'll have total peace of mind knowing you'll never be stranded because Pro Auto Care.
Did you do Colorado Springs?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just too far because you have to go to your meeting of creditors down there, and it's because we're up north. I know. We used to do it, and it just didn't make sense. It's such a time suck. You lose a whole day. Yeah, you lose a whole day.
And they're working on going to Castle Rock and that's
Yeah. Castle Rock can come to our DTC office because we have, but because you don't. You go to Denver for the meeting of creditors at Castle Rock. But once you get much lower than that, yeah, it's where your zip code is.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, with RE/MAX Alliance. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Would you recommend anybody?
I wish. I used to have 2, and then they're both out of business now. One took a job with the mortgage company. No, one retired, and one took a job working for a bank. I know. I wish I had a good recommendation there. I would just say look at, you gotta look at the reviews online.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Crackerjack Mudjacking is a company that can pump concrete mixed with sand into the voids under your concrete. To make a long story short, when concrete fails, it's usually because of a void underneath, which causes it to either heave on one end, sink on another, or crack. And even in basement corners and patios, they can get into small places because that's what they do. Crackerjack Mudjacking, they are simply good people who do a great job. They've been around 20 years. They have 60,000 jobs of satisfied customers. They guarantee satisfaction. Crackerjack, mudjacking.com. Failed concrete, rather than replacing, try repairing and lifting. They'll do free estimates, so call them first. I mean, there's no downside here. 303-410-7787, 303-410-7787, Crackerjack, mudjacking.com. Okay, so what the hell? Do we have the guy on?
I got him on line 6, and then Steve the Painter also called in.
Wonderful. You know that I always respect people who come on and talk about their jobs. And Rick with Royal Premium Painting is on to talk about Patty's job. And Patty showed us some photographs of cabinets in her kitchen that were supposed to be antique white. Now, even if you take away the antique white, even if you just look at them, period, without any preference to a color, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing in the photos, they look terrible.
Terrible.
Now, the reason I'm saying this up front is because I don't want to trick Rick into coming on saying, you know, and then I don't want to, you know, ambush him. I want to tell him right up front, Rick, these photographs look terrible. Are you proud of those? I mean, and I do appreciate you coming on and facing the music. Rick?
First off, I just want to say that I thought we did a fantastic job. And the customer had approved of it.
Oh, my God.
She liked it.
Jeez.
She had called me and asked if there's something we could do to make them lighter, because a lot of times when you add the glazing over, it's not always an even thing. You understand?
Are you saying, let me get this straight, though. I want to make sure I have you straight. You're saying you did a fantastic job, but then you were trying to please her, adding something else which ruined it?
No. So we painted the cabinets, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then we added glazing to give it the distressed look.
Okay.
Okay. She approved it before we left. We left, and a week later she called me and she actually liked the lighter look better. And then we had offered to come out to do that lighter look, okay?
Yeah.
But then she wanted everything redone. And I told her I'm only going to do the face of the cabinet.
No, okay, I get it. But Rick, the job the way it stands, do you truly believe that's a fantastic job?
I thought we did a great job.
But okay, well then we just have to disagree, because what you call a glaze looks like smeared crap, in my opinion. But I'm just trying. Hey, Steve the Painter, did you see those photos online?
No, I'll have to have Cheryl bring them up.
Well, then what good is this if you don't see them? Hold on. I mean, truly. I mean, I want to see. I want you to look at them. Rick, I'm sorry, man. You know, Royal Premium Painting, you're on the air saying this is a great-looking job. I want to be kind because he's on the air facing the music, but how do you look at those cabinets on any planet and call them great?
Maybe it's the lighting.
No, it's not the lighting. I don't understand. I want Steve to look at these photos. Rick, am I missing something, Rick? Really, I'm trying here. I'm trying to be fair.
Tom.
Yes.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'd offered to come back at no charge.
But just do the faces, though.
I can't even talk. Just to do the facing. The facing means just the front of the cabinets. You know, no framing, no back. She wanted everything redone. I said, well, I'm going to have to charge you for that. She had told me that she was, Tom, she had told me that she was happy with the job when we left. That's what she told me.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is just independently, objectively, even without her comment, I understand. And just so you know, I understand. You offered to come back and redo the surfaces, the fronts, the door fronts, and the drawer fronts, the cabinet fronts and the drawers, to do it free, but not the frame. But what good would that be? Because she would still have the crappy frames. You know what I mean? The boxes.
I have to charge her for that.
But why, though, if it's a bad job? I don't understand why you would charge to redo a bad job. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Rick. Are you there?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's your opinion.
Right. It is my opinion, and it's up online for anyone to see, and we should put it on Facebook and see what people think. Okay? I just don't understand. Patty, listen. This guy thinks he did a great job.
I know, and you know what?
But wait, though, to be fair, hold on. Why did you tell him, and he's listening, why did you tell Rick you were satisfied?
Because I was, until I started putting stuff away, and then I noticed I thought it was lighting. I really did. And then it wasn't a week later. It was the same day that I was cleaning up that I noticed the difference.
Did you tell him that same day? Because
I did. It's all on my text.
You know, to be fair to Rick, he thought the job was done and you were satisfied.
Correct, but he also has the text that I sent him because I wanted him to be clear that that some of these were, I sent the same pictures. You also have those.
I understand. Okay, but he's listening. Rick, you're there. And Rick, so did she contact you the same day? Rick?
No.
Yes.
No, she
it was
didn't.
shortly after you left.
No, that's...
Saturday, August 11th is when you left, and then at 11, and that was 11:12. At 11:42 is when I sent you the pictures, and then you offered to come back the following week, and then we had to work out the schedule.
Well, here's what I see right now. Again, I don't want to give this poor man a terrible time, but he did a terrible job. I can't... guys, there's no other word for it. Did you see it, Gigi?
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that job.
Did you see it, Jimmy, from Big Splash Pools? Did you see it?
Sure did.
What do you think?
Looks pretty inconsistent and...
Terrible. Terrible.
Steve said something about you never use a brush. It's you spray the cabinets, and that's like the first fail, and then on top.
But you know what? I've seen antiquing done with brushes. That's why I want Steve, rather than making general comments, I want him to see the photos. He's an expert, but I want him to see the photos. So send him the photos, Dan. He says he wants to look at them. Meanwhile, people, please go to our Facebook page, which is Referral List, and the website, referrallist.com. We have a live feed, and also our YouTube channel, which is Referral List. Please go and weigh in on this. I really want your opinions, okay? Rick, you heard him. I didn't put words in his mouth. I think we did a fantastic job. Oh, my God. Don't have this guy do anything for you if he thinks this is fantastic. What else can I say? Royal Premium Painting, I'm sorry. I got to indict you. I would never use you. Never, ever, ever. If this is your idea of a great job. Ideal Home Loans, for your next ideal home loan, if you are looking for a loan, idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000. Why? The interest rate guarantee primarily, no matter what rates do, and they're unstable right now. They go up, they go down. You get financed, refinanced, free of charge if rates go down over the next 2 years. And if you do it again, the next 2 years. You always are in an interest rate guarantee for 2 years. That's idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio.
Yeah, and I'll say that lady, I've got some of that. She's not confrontational. She just wanted him to go, and she wanted to convince herself that she could live with it, and then she was like, oh, this is terrible. It's no.
Is Steve still on there? I'm going to have to ask him.
By Macy's. Pictures, videos, and so much more at iHeartRadio.com/festival. The biggest stars from all walks of music come together. Watch the two-night event, the CW, Sunday, October 7th and Monday, October 8th at 8/7 Central.
If you're doing your kitchen, you're going to love these guys. I love the Art of Granite because they're big and small. What I mean by big and small, they are big when it comes to what they do. They can can get you any granite you want on Mitch's wholesale account, and that's all you'll pay is wholesale. He doesn't mark it up, so you can go anywhere. So he's equivalent to anyone, anywhere. You can buy your granite. Also, show up, get him directly to the manufacturer. He's like the big guys there, but like the small guys here. You deal with one person, no subcontractors. All those big giant warehouses never do that. Also, he gets you the
how long does it take to
doesn't
sink,
lie
you bastard?
like the big places that tell you
Come
you're
on.
70 and 80% off with Mitch.
I mean, I thought when you add stuff to Google, it syncs up.
Beautiful work, wholesale granite, beautiful cabinets direct from the manufacturer, and he will do everything you do in the kitchen and the bathroom free. Meaning, if you get counters, he'll do a vanity top. If you get cabinets, he'll do a vanity, and he'll tear out and haul away the old kitchen free. Give him a call to start this process. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. artofgranite.net. Also on my referral list at referralist.com.
Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I've been in retirement planning and wealth management for over 35 years. If I doubled your portfolio, that might not change your lifestyle. You'd still be you. However, if I doubled your income, that can make a significant impact on your retirement. Whether you're retired or want to see how soon that can happen, give me a call to set up a complimentary, no-obligation visit, and I'll show you how I can help you get the most sustainable income out of Social Security, your 401ks, your IRAs, your rental properties, and your brokerage accounts. When you know what's coming in this month, next month, and every month thereafter, you'll be able to enjoy retirement to the fullest. Retire happy. Retire with Tucker. You can read
on my Apple keyboard. On my Apple
David's looking at him now. Which I knew he'd probably look at.
That's ridiculous.
On my Apple keyboard, there's no way to do a parentheses.
No way that's the light. That's insane.
No parentheses. No parentheses anywhere.
I mean, it doesn't even look like they use the same color paint or anything.
Yeah, that's all I have. I would be so upset.
Oh, man. And then this here stuff, look at this stuff down here.
Yeah.
But did you see the one, it's light, and then
Yeah,
it's
look
right
right
there.
there. Look at that.
You're not alone.
Yeah, this guy should not even
Raleigh House today. They've established a special number.
I had to finagle that guy to come
Oh,
on
I bet.
radio.
I bet.
I was like, hey, you gotta give your side of the story.
We love you guys when you come on.
That's what I said.
Well, I do.
Program located here in
Yeah,
Colorado.
but not everything turns out as
No,
great as
no, you still have to.
You were great.
Oh my
Designed to
gosh.
help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know, right? Exactly.
The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559.
I mean, seriously, it looks like, this looks like stuff that you go into a house and that's getting ready to be torn down.
No,
It's why it's
no, not
important to
good.
remind veterans that it's time to take advantage of the VA benefits that you deserve. This is Ross Kaminsky, and I thank you and American Financing.
I think you're right about the confrontational thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she left while he was doing the work. She was kind of like, yeah, just.
And I do that too,
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't like it when it's thinging
Right.
up their shoulder.
Right.
Even though sometimes you have to.
But with paint, you know, you gotta make sure the color is what you were
I
before
mean,
it gets too far
I mean,
into
how
the
can
job.
anybody say that that's the same thing right
No, that's
there?
bad.
Other loan
That's
program
bad.
can offer, and
It's
even though
bad.
it's called a VA
And
loan,
Steve's gonna go
it's available
bananas.
to active duty military.
I can't wait to hear Steve.
So you don't have to wait to take advantage of such incredible savings.
Unless he said, whoa, that's antique.
Ah.
It is antique. One was left in the barn, one was left in the garage, one was left outside.
Exactly.
7000 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net.
Oh, I just,
regulated by the Division of Real Estate. 630 K-Now.
he must have wiped his brow and said, all right, she thinks it's good. I gotta get the hell out of here.
Cash the check.
Yeah, that's the check.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal, for used cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, with 40 lenders to choose from at any time. Open 9 to 7 Monday through Saturday. That means when you go up there, they will find a loan program for you, or you just pay cash, whatever you want. Hey, whatever you do, it's done right there and approved on the spot before you leave. And also, titles are there. They own them, lock, stock, and barrel. No waiting, no problems there. And emissions never a problem. And a Carfax with every car. Rockies, 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal. All right. Steve the painter has looked at those photographs. To make a long story short here, Patty had cabinets done. She wanted antique white. But here's the deal. No matter what color she wanted, what she got was a crap job. Even taking away the opinion of what an antique white is and not. So we get the guy on. And what was the name of that company again? I didn't write it down.
It's Royal Premium Painting.
Royal Premium Painting.
Yeah, Rick.
Are they out of the Springs?
They are out of the Springs.
And Rick came on and said, we did a fantastic job. OMG, as they say. Steve the painter, he's with Star Quality Painting on our referral list at referrallist.com. Steve, you looked at the photos. What do you see? Steve?
He messed these cabinets up.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, seriously, Steve.
Honestly, Tom, he didn't know how to do the process of the glazing. It's a whole trick. There's a trick to it, and he didn't know how to do it. The only way to fix them is to just start from scratch, reshoot the cabinets again, and then do them over. We're doing a house in Castle Pine South right now, and this is $1 million house, and we are almost done. I got 2 more days worth of work, and we're finished on those. And the process, there's just a process, and it does take time. It does take time to do the cabinets right, but my cabinet...
Can these be corrected now? Can these be corrected with a base of white if you put over, or are they ruined?
No, they're not ruined. I mean, the cabinets are in still good shape. You just have to go back. You sand them again, you prep them, respray them back out to the antique, and then you do the distress the right way. And those cabinets look gorgeous.
Well, how much would it take to fix that, to do the job right?
Oh shit! Sorry, you're looking at a price of probably maybe almost $3,000. You know.
Is that how much it would have been to begin with? It didn't add anything.
Oh yeah, it doesn't add anything.
All right, hold on a sec. Then hold on, because I have an idea. Patty, how much did he quote you for this job?
$1,400.
Okay, so he underquoted to begin with. Not that that's your fault, but he did, because to do it properly, Steve's saying would have been $3,000. So
right.
A quick.
Everything he's saying is correct. What your guy is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now here, let me just chime in real quick. I have a usual painter that comes do my stuff. He was backlogged, so it was me who went and hired Rick. To get the job done. But he's going to come back and exactly the process, what your guy just said, is what he's going to do.
How much is it going to cost you?
$600. Yep, because he saw the work, and he like I said, he's my normal guy. I should have waited.
Wait. Okay, Patty, you're going to be in trouble again, because there's no way he can do it unless he's just going to give you a gift.
He is.
Okay, that's fine. Problem solved. I would go after that other guy, take a bunch of pictures, get that other painter to witness it, and I would take him to small claims court and get my money back. All right? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Karen, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good. You want some tickets for tonight?
No, I actually have tickets to sell for tonight.
Okay, well, I can't help you sell them, but I can put the word out, and then you can tell people.
Can you do that?
You have 2 Beck tickets?
Yeah, 2 Beck tickets. They're actually in my hand, so it's nothing transferred or anything.
Yeah.
I can meet anyone anywhere.
And by the way, make it public, Karen, and be careful, okay? Don't take checks, obviously. I would only take... How much do you want for them?
Well, they were 200, like 100 apiece, but I'm going to go 150. And they are not general admission.
Meaning that they're good seats?
They're pretty good seats. Center at row 53.
Okay. Well, if somebody wants them, how do you want them to contact you?
What's the best way to do that?
Well, you know what? If you give your cell phone number out, it's pretty crazy. But
I know.
I don't want to be a ticket broker either. So here's what... If it would be best if you could set up a Gmail account and then call us back.
Okay.
I mean, really, because otherwise we'll be taking calls all day. Hold on, I will do this, okay? During the show, if someone wants them, they can call or email us, help at Troubleshooter.com, and we'll give you their number during the show only. I'm not going to do this all day, so hold on, Karen. So Karen wants to get rid of 2 Beck tickets, not general admission, for tonight, $150 each. Daff, if anyone writes and wants them, help at Troubleshooter.com, or you call us, 303-713-TALK. We'll put you in touch with Karen. We take no responsibility for this whatsoever. Jay, I notice you've been waiting a long time. Jay, I'm going to take you next. I got to take a break, man, but I will come back, and I promise you're next, okay, on the Troubleshooter Show. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. Remember their special deal. That's $149 for their transmission special. That means you get a service for $149, which includes all the fluid and the filter and all the adjustments necessary to make this a good service. Now, they're not going to do major repairs, but they will present you with a sheet if anything's wrong, and they will credit you that full $149 if you need any repairs. 303-781-9858. They're on Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. They do transmissions in-house, their own machine shops, plus general auto repair. Budget A1. Look for them on my referral list, referrallist.com.
What kind of music is it?
Rock.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, maybe like alternative.
That's actually pretty good. White paint.
Oh, is that right? That's not fun up there.
South of town, still big delays in southbound I-25.
Yeah, these fall concerts.
Yeah, they're very hit or miss. You gotta hope for the best.
Well, it's going to be a bit cooler today with a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms. The high near 70.
I don't think you made a listener there, Rick guy.
No. No. He's not having
I
a
can't
good
believe
day
that
now.
people's going to go for $600.
Tonight, Emmy winning the voices.
No, yeah.
Well, there's nothing to salvage, man.
No, there's nothing salvageable here.
You got to put a complete new base on it and then antique it. Now, frankly, I don't understand what Steve is saying. That sounds like, well, how much did you say? $3 grand?
$3 grand.
Well, maybe not. No, not when you take off the doors. No, not
He was
really.
going to sand them all down.
Yeah, I think Steve is realistic. I mean, if you think about it, there are a lot of cabinets.
And that's sanding that stuff is not. I mean, there's all those edges and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's a
Yeah, they have.
systems going right now. GoCamSolar.com is the website. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter.
Seriously, most
GoCamSolar.com.
90% of the women, if I was talking on this on anything like that in their house, they could cry.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, they
Oh,
cry
yeah.
every time you talk to
Yep.
them and stuff.
I get it.
No, I know. And when I look at this, I almost started crying.
It's like, no, and oh, you see it every day so many times a day.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah, you live in that
You see it, and that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
You see it all
You're
the
just
time.
like,
It's just the heart it comes back.
it's true.
Your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd? Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Dunright, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets.
I am so disgusted that I put a contact in my Google, and it usually shows up on my phone. It has not shown up on my phone. I cannot believe it. I mean, I've never had this happen where the phone does not sync to my Google.
Oh, that's weird.
I just don't understand why this is happening. I mean, usually
Yeah, it should
everything
be.
I add
Yep.
goes right to it.
Or drhi.com. Tired of other adults telling you what to do? Online Trading Academy can teach you the skills to be able to trade in the financial markets and fulfill your dreams. This is Dave Logan. Online Trading Academy is the only financial educator that I personally endorse. You can check them out at this week's free half-day class, and you'll see why. Call soon, though, as these free classes fill up fast and space is limited. Online Trading Academy. Reserve your free class at 303-547-3588 or tradingacademy.com.
It's time to join the millions of people that need happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions.
You know, calls today sometimes are very complicated and stuff. These are all just so simplistic. You mean, it's like a hail damage in the car. What the hell did you do there? What the what?
Zoom video conferencing.
There's a time and a place for black and white. Like when you're learning to play piano. Or when you want a big
uniform contract, everything.
Or when shopping for a pet zebra. But if you want to attract customers,
that you
no
guys
room
do
for black and white.
that
So
takes the whole show to
Right,
get
but these are, I mean,
color.
what the hell are you doing?
And now it's
And then what was kind of neat is that the lady got her
brochures and
money order back from the post office.
That was awesome.
It was stupid that she did.
Yeah.
But,
she knew right away. She was like, "Oh no, I just got scammed."
I told her that too.
And the help they can give you. We want to work with a
she was mad at the post office.
Make as a payment every month so that you're comfortable and it's
Well.
something that works well for your situation. Call Brent Ivanson and his team at 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Help when you need it most. Equal Opportunity Lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky tomorrow morning 5 to 10.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
If Denver's talking about it, you'll hear it on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Simply Floors Inc. for Simply Savings, simplyfloorsinc.com. Buddy Mitchell and his team have pledged to give you ultimate value, bigger than the big box stores. Great value, designer services. You can make your own appointments at simplyfloorsinc.com or drop by 52nd and Ward for Buddy's showroom. But make your own appointment at simplyfloorsinc.com. We strive to give you the best people when it comes to stuff, and that's why I want to hear from you on everyone. 303-713-TALK. We have a couple lines open. We're going to go to Jay now. So, Jay, what does a missing water meter mean on this call screen, or what's going on with you?
So I'm building a house up in Brighton.
Yeah.
And on this slide, I'm required to tap into two water taps, one for potable water and one for non-potable water.
Ah, okay.
So we found the potable water. The water district came out, found it, and now we cannot find the non-potable water meter. And
when you say meter, do you mean the hose? I mean the main, or the actual meter? Because meters are not usually set until you tap.
It's where you tap into the main water line.
Okay, so you can't find the main for non-potable?
Correct.
The main is missing? Do they have a plan that shows where it's supposed to?
They do have a plan, and then they mentioned that the developer before put in the lines, but he didn't put them per the plans. So
let me get this straight. You bought this lot from a developer.
I bought it from a bank 6 years ago.
And the bank owned it from a developer?
Correct.
Okay. When I was a developer, I would get plat approval, which would have all of the infrastructure on a plan. I had to submit that to the county for approvals and their engineers, and then we would do called as-built. They would come back and verify it, and then the as-built, if it altered, would be shown, and then we would know where stuff is for the homeowners to tap into, the electrical, the water, the sewer, and the water main was there, the main water main, and the sewer is there too, right? The drains?
It's a septic, so...
It's a septic. How many acre lot is this?
1.5.
Okay, so this could be, with the larger lots, this could be a nightmare. So, does your neighbor, your closest neighbor is where? How far away?
They have the setup, the non-potable. And
so where's the line?
Water.
I mean, you can see where that line they're tapped into, and usually it's a pretty straight line to you.
Yeah, and his non-potable tapping is probably 4 feet away, and the other neighbors are maybe 4 acres down. Their tapping is the non-potable is like 10 feet away.
10 feet away from what? What do you mean away?
From the potable water tap-in.
Okay.
So they're side by side on these other lots, but on mine we dug in. A pit 20 feet, 10 foot deep, and they're nowhere to be found. The non-potable waters are nowhere to be found.
Okay. There are people, I thought that you can image that below. I thought you imaged that with thermal showing coldness underneath because the water would be cooler. I thought there was imagery that can do this. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe it's too expensive. Have you ever looked into that?
I have not. I'm just trying to figure out, am I responsible to find it?
Of course you are. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be?
Well, I thought per the plans, the water district would...
You're the builder. You're the builder, and you bought a lot as is from a bank who foreclosed on it, most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you bought a pig in a poke. I mean, no one's responsible to you. If you say to the water district, find the water, if you want me to tap into it, tell me where, I would try that for sure. I mean, ultimately, you're responsible. But, yeah, I would try that for sure because you do have a good point, Jay. You should be able to depend on their engineering, on their plan.
Correct.
And that water company should have verified where their stuff is. Now, if you lean on them, they may... Is it a big water district or a little one?
It's a little one.
Like, how little? Literally, how little?
As far as homes or subdivisions?
As far as potential taps to that water company, how big is it?
It's probably, I'm going to say, somewhere around 10,000 homes.
That's not that little. Because, so, what I would say is, they have an office, right?
Yes.
I would contact them and say, look, you got to help me. They probably have ways to locate their lines. What if people were digging? They want people to locate lines, locate them. There must be a way they do it. So I would pay for a locate service or contact them. Revitalize.
You're paying every month. Yeah, absolutely. They do that all that. Gas lines, water lines. I don't know, it's magnet or
call a locate company and find out how they detect
water. They do
water
it all the time.
Ask them
Like
if they
gas
come on
lines,
here.
water lines, they do it all the time.
All the time.
But I'm surprised. Has he been paying every month then for that water? Usually you got to pay a minimum.
Building a home.
No, but you usually got to pay a minimum every month and stuff for.
No, you don't. Not until you tap. People call it age.
Really?
You might have to pay a mill on your taxes.
Okay.
It's on your taxes. It's not like, that's just like an ordinary, that's when you pay your property tax. Districts are automatically taken out of
until you use it and stuff, they don't have to pay anything.
No. All my subdivisions, the district is paid by property
And you
taxes.
said how they locate water lines?
Yeah, like in general, we'd like to know how they locate them. And gas lines and other lines. So Dan, then what happens is they pay a tap. Once they pay the tap fee, some don't have minimum, some do.
Do you think they would have stuck the meter in there before it was tapped?
No.
Well, he said they can't locate the meter.
Because the meter, no, he meant the tap.
Oh, okay.
He meant the main.
Okay.
Because the meter is issued to customers only.
You're right. Then you should just let someone find his gas.
Exactly.
Right. That seems easy enough. I thought it was the meter and stuff. I thought he was going to get.
Yeah, he misspoke or something.
He and President Trump had an extended conversation to discuss
He's just looking for the line.
She continued because the president is at the United Nations General Assembly and has a full schedule with leaders from around the world. They will meet on Thursday at the White House. This comes days after the publication of a New York Times story in which it claimed that Rosenstein
I think that's the first time I've ever had a guy really say, "We did a great job," and everybody else says that.
Rosenstein has denied both allegations. Lisa?
Meantime, John, heading into a UN event this morning, the president giving another vote of confidence to Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, who's denying a second allegation of past sexual misconduct.
I think it could be, Jackson, this could be one of the single most unfair, unjust things to happen to a candidate for anything.
The president accusing Democrats of a smear campaign. Kavanaugh says he's anxious to clear his name. He and the first accuser are due before the Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday. Senate Democrats say the entire process should be delayed and the allegations investigated. A Dallas police officer charged in the shooting death of a neighbor is fired after an internal affairs finding of adverse conduct when she was arrested for manslaughter. A police department statement not elaborating.
Is this the one where she went the wrong?
Claims she mistook the neighbor's apartment.
Yeah.
3 witnesses heard her banging on the door, screaming, "Open up."
Really? How the hell do you go in the wrong? What do you think happened?
She did it.
What do you think happened?
There was a noise complaint earlier. I think she went up there to confront him about you know.
But she was off duty.
Noise, yeah. But I think it's her neighbor. It was her upstairs neighbor. I think she lost her temper. Went up there.
That to me is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Yeah,
So
that
you're
was
saying
her
she
spin.
absolutely lied. She's gonna go not get manslaughter.
Did.
She's gonna get murdered then.
Well, they didn't investigate it properly. They should have searched her home.
And that's
But
bad.
yeah, it's bad. It is bad. But that, I mean, and if that's true, if those eyewitness accounts hold up, right? But that's what I heard. People heard her.
Finally, Jesus, finally, the contact.
Good, you got it to sync?
Yeah, finally, man, it took longer than
That's
ever.
weird.
Dust off that extra long lunch pass.
No, that was.
But, okay, let's say that was her story and that's what she was saying. It's still not.
Oh, it's just not credible. I mean, that one, were you high? That's why I thought you were on drugs or something.
Yeah, how would she have gotten in the door?
That's
She didn't have a key.
Yeah, unless he just leaves it open, you're right.
But no, I saw someone who lived in the same building posted a video. They all swing shut pretty forcefully in that building. I think that's a lie. I think she's.
This is what gives.
Well, and she's
bad
Yep.
there.
And when they don't investigate it like they would if it wasn't a cop.
Right. That's exactly right.
It's not right.
That's. Oh,
I don't know.
Is she out of jail right now?
Well, they just said she got fired, but yeah, I don't know.
What I'm saying is they took her. They did take her.
Did they book her? I don't think
they booked her for manslaughter.
I don't know if there'd be an opportunity, but I'm going to do what the screening deal we used to try to do for closings. For pool closings, like normally we're 250 minimum, 250 to 300 is what the range is, depending on mesh covers and stuff. But I would do first 10 callers at 250.
They have video.
Luckily.
I know. Or nothing with it. Nothing.
You're probably right.
I know.
It's
a problem.
First 10.
It's the roads, the public confidence.
She said she'd answer any questions you asked.
There is that whole blue protection.
Yes, there is.
Of course there is. I don't understand it. When you have, because of bad people, make it worse. Make your job worse.
Right. You gotta be, I mean, that's something.
This is not. If you can ruin someone's life, you gotta be held to a higher standard. Before, not that you gotta say, hey, this guy just took a early, you know.
Right. No, but.
Okay,
no, it has to be like
Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe this hour. Brought to you by Bright Light Chiropractic. I love Bright Light. BrightenYourFamily.com is the website. That's really the best place to go. You can make your own appointment. So what are you doing? Whatever you're doing, you can call us if you need help doing it. Whatever. Everyday life. You know, Seinfeld said his show was about nothing. This show is about nothing because it's about everything. Not one thing, everything. We solve problems. That's what we do. You got a problem, call us, okay? Problems, questions, complaints, buying, selling, career, neighbors, services, products, whatever it is, call us. 303-713-TALK. No other show like it. I invented it years ago. It just takes in everything. But we get directly involved, not just advice, directly involved with attorneys and doctors and accountants. We have an attorney today, Wink and Wink. They're bankruptcy attorneys. If you need information on credit or financing or debt settlement or whatever. Chapter 13s can stop a foreclosure in its tracks. I have an email to that effect. We'll get to that. We also have a guy from the referral list stopping by to say hi, Jimmy from Big Splash Pools. He's going to have a screaming deal if you have a pool and want it closed up for the winter. Listen, we do it all. Bright Light Chiropractic is on University and County Line. Do you know it just takes $50 to be evaluated with x-rays and with thermal scans and with a consultation? Just $50. That's cheap. Also, you can get adjustments as low as $30. That's University and County Line. BrightenYourFamily.com. BrightenYourFamily.com. Bright Light Chiropractic. They're also on my referral list at referralist.com. BrightenYourFamily.com. So let's go to the phones. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Eric wants to know about a basement remodel. Go ahead, Eric. Welcome. What's happening?
Hey, Tom. Before I get to my problem, I thought Tribute. I used Cracker Jack a few years ago.
You did?
And yeah, it was awesome. The build.
It's way cheaper than than replacing it.
Yeah, we built in the wintertime, and the like the surrounding soil they brought in.
Yeah.
Evidently expanded during the winter, then it sunk once everything warmed up, and so we were able to bring in Cracker Jack. They did a great job. So
that is cool. Okay,
yeah.
So what about your basement?
So a few years ago, we finished the basement, and the guy that did the finishing for us said, "Do you want to do this permit or not permitted?" And I said, "What's the difference?" And he said, "Well, if you permit it, you know, it'll be taxed and all that kind of stuff. If you don't permit it, then you can't take away, you can't put the taxes, all the expenses and that kind of stuff on your taxes." And we said, "Well, we don't."
What do you mean by that? Put it on your taxes?
Or deduct expenses and that kind of stuff.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Listen, a permit has nothing to do with it. First of all, if you're going to add to, when you say deduct, you don't deduct home improvements anyway. Home improvements, unless they're for an office in the home, that's a whole different category. If you're talking about deductions for home improvements, you don't do deductions. Did you know that?
No.
There are no deductions for home improvements. There are no deductions. Here's what you mean. You want to raise the basis of your home. Do you understand what that means? Meaning,
so to make it.
Your phone's cutting in and out, but here's, if you want to chime in, that's fine. I'll stop talking. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here,
okay.
Tom.
Okay, so if you buy your home for $200 and $200,000, and you put $10,000 into it, or $50,000, now your basis is $250,000 for figuring out your long-term capital gain when you sell it. Now we get exclusions for capital gains, $250 for an individual, $500 for married. So that would be figured as your basis to bring down your capital gain. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, yep. And whether you get a permit or not doesn't matter. The IRS doesn't care. All the IRS cares about is the truth. It's called substance over form. They actually use that expression, meaning what was the substance of the transaction, even if you didn't file the proper form. So,
okay.
I mean, they like both, but they look at the substance. So if you didn't file the proper form, being a building permit, does it mean that the substance was you did not add to the home? Of course you did.
Okay.
They don't want you to fake it. Now, a building permit is a good idea, but you don't have to have one. Listen, people might say, Tom, why are you encouraging this without a building permit? I'm not encouraging it. What I'm saying is, I get calls sometimes from people who have had a beautiful basement done, but the guy didn't pull a permit. And they're really angry. And I say, look, you can be angry, but they will want their money back. And I'm saying, you got the freaking basement and it's beautiful. It doesn't mean it's bad. Now, I would insist on permits unless it was something maybe I didn't care about. But here's the point. As long as you don't lie about it, when you go to sell your house, you're going to fill out a disclosure, and it's going to ask if you had any improvements done without a permit. And you'll have to say, yes, I did, if you did. And that's happened to me in the past, where I would say, yeah, I did something without a permit. Yeah, I did. And I would say what it is.
Okay.
So, but listen,
I'm sorry.
It's best to get a permit. So, by the way, did you do your remodel already?
Yeah. It's all done. It was all done by legitimate guys and everything. So if we wanted to go get it permitted, can you do that retroactively?
Yeah, you can, but it costs more.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could really be a problem if you had things covered up that were supposed to be looked at. Most of the time they don't care. Well, I shouldn't say that. First of all, you really don't need permits all the time if you didn't change any structure.
No, we just added, drywall and.
But did you do electrical would need to be permitted.
Yeah.
And plumbing under certain circumstances. But homeowners doing it is a different one. Is a different set of circumstances than if a contractor does it. What you may want to inquire in your jurisdiction what a retroactive permit involves, and then decide whether to do it or not. 303-713-TALK. Mark, welcome to the show, Mark. What's happening with you?
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. What's going on with you?
Well, my wife, her grandmother passed away, and she left her some of these Series HH bonds.
Yes.
And I'm just confused as to what we need to do with them. No, we haven't found a bank that'll allow us to redeem them. They're saying we have to go through, like, the Treasury Department or something like that.
Okay, so you're receiving income on these, right?
Well, we got the actual bonds in our hands.
I understand, but the reason they're HH bonds is because they yield an income.
Right, they yield interest.
Yeah, so are you making that interest?
No, because we just got these. Her grandmother was alive until 4 months.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
What do they yield?
So 8 of them are for $500 and 1 is for $1,000.
No, what do they yield percentage-wise?
At the bottom it says deferred interest $425 for the 500 one and $850 for 1,000.
No, you're still not answering me, bro. What is the rate? What are you yielding? What is the rate?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's written on the bond.
Well, there's a reason I ask, because if it's a good rate, why would you ever want to redeem them?
That makes sense.
I mean, God, that could be the best saving. I don't know what they are. So you can go to, well, okay, we can figure it out for you and figure out where to go, but who did you try so far?
We went to our bank, which is Wells Fargo.
And what did that, now they should know how to do this. What did they say?
Well, they did, on the paperwork, they did what's called a medallion signature certification.
Yeah.
And then they stamped the back of each bond and made sure my wife's name is correct. And
Good.
But that's it.
But did they tell you where to trade them?
They just said you have to go online and send them to the Treasury Department.
Oh, they're direct. You have to deal direct with the Treasury?
That's what they're saying, yes.
See, maximum is face value on these bonds, what they say.
It says here, listen to the, what's that, Mark?
Maximum is face value, so she probably might have bought
it is. Of course it is, because of the, well, hold on. What do you mean, by law?
Well, no. I'm sure she bought them for like $250.
Right.
And after a certain amount and stuff, they yielded $500. Then they don't go any higher after that.
You mean the face value?
The face value.
But the yield is still coming in.
No, I don't think they're getting any yield in it. I think it's just like a savings bond.
Well, what do you mean, that it just stops yielding?
Right. It goes up to the face value and stops.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Then it's redeemed for face value.
Right, even if you hold it longer.
I see. I don't know anything about them. Here's what it says here online. It says, as of September 1st, 2004, investors are no longer able to reinvest HH bonds or exchange EE bonds for HH. Unlike EE, HH bonds are current income securities. You paid face value and receive interest. So this is different than what you said.
You're right. I'm sorry.
You pay face value and receive interest. This is from the government's website. And these payments are direct deposit to your checking or savings account every 6 months until maturity or redemption. So what's the maturity date?
It says, well, it just says interest ceases 20 years from issue date. The issue date is June 2004.
And it says how long after 4? How long?
20 years.
Okay, so, or you can just turn them in early, I guess. Right. I don't know if there's a penalty for doing that, but I would start right with the Treasury Department online. It has a contact us about that very thing. It's treasurydirect.gov.
Treasurydirect.gov.
Yep.
Okay, great.
And then drill down to the products, and then you'll find it. There's a search.
Okay.
All right, man. Let me know how it goes. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got to take a quick break, and Buy and Build is a place I love talking about. Why? Because it saves you a ton of money. Below wholesale. I mean that. Below wholesale. Not many places can say that and back it up. Go to 4800 Washington Street, and you'll find light fixtures, plumbing fixtures for literally pennies on the dollar. Like faucet sets that would cost $200 and $300 somewhere else, even in a big box store, it would be like $30 or $40. You can go to and find like the plumbing and lighting fixtures both, but the cabinets alone. He has a shaker line. He has beautiful cabinets. He has not so beautiful cabinets for your fix and flip, but they're all great deals. 4800 Washington Street, buyandbuild.net.
This report is brought to you by Walgreens. Let's start off with the good news. South of town, looks like that earlier
bonds mixed up with HH.
For at least it's cleared up. Speeds have improved a bit. Still some delays there. Could also be
They must be sending interest somewhere.
stretch, but it does look a little bit better along that section. Back in town.
Pro Auto Care, Ken Solar.
Being reported, I-25 speed through the heart of the city. A little bit of delay on the westbound side of I-70 in the elevated portion. Westbound 270 slow approaching Vasquez as well. The weather forecast: a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today, about a 20% chance, and a high near 79. Right now, mostly cloudy.
So do you close pools too in the winter and stuff?
Yeah.
What do you got to do to close the pool?
Blow out the lines, lower the water a little bit, and then we add outside and balance chemicals beforehand, and then depending on if it has a match cover,
1901. Vaccine
put that on too.
See pharmacy for details.
I see. So that's the cover that people don't have a full. Well, I guess you can. It's pretty big. They just do like a mesh cover just to keep the birds out of it and stuff.
Well, and debris and everything else, but then like the snow will melt through it.
When posting your job,
You know,
lets you ask
that's why I have to lower the water level, so it doesn't overflow there in the winter. But
Dust off that extra.
you know, those have little anchors in the concrete that you stretch.
Okay.
That are tight, and then unless. A lot of people just have automatic covers.
I'm in my early 50s, and I really
Some people don't.
except for one
Automatic and
thing.
match.
And that one thing is my hair. It's been thinning for years, and it bugs me along every time I look in the mirror. But I'm going to do something about it with Dr. David Broadway and Broadway Hair Restoration. Using NeoGraft, a safe and effective, minimally invasive technique, I'm soon going to look, well, more like I want to.
Rolly's picking up mine already. He might have already picked it up.
Free consultation
Without a
at
car.
303-680-8989 or online at denverhairrestoration.com.
Win $1,000. Possible.
No, that's what I was going to do today.
Of course. No, it's the 16K a day giveaway at 5 past the hour, every hour. Weekdays, 4 a.m. to 8 p.m.
6 months.
Thank you, Obama, for giving us nowhere else to go. But you've got 16 chances a day to win $1,000. All you have to do is listen for the keyword to text at 5 past the hour. Me, obviously. That would be me. It's the 16K a day giveaway on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Michael Brown, afternoons 4 to 7.
It's like a variety show. News, culture, Hollywood, and food. And it's all served with a touch of sarcasm, humor, and seriousness. Join me Monday at 4 with more Irreverent Talk Radio.
Life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I got to do.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, Frank Duran, the real estate man, is the best guy you could ever have. The best, if you're looking for a real estate broker to buy or sell real estate. There's no other way to put it. You'll think you're his only customer. And he never holds you to a long-term contract because he wants you to, he truly wants you to appreciate him, and he will earn your money every day. And, of course, you pay really good rates. He'll deal with you if you're doing both buying and selling with him. 303-920-1622, FrankDuran, So Roger has a shout-out for Joe Lazara. What's going on, Roger?
He did a great job for my son who got into
trouble,
a tough legal mess. And Joseph did a great job, and I just wanted to use your referral list.
Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Great job.
Thank you.
How would you like to have a rant?
Okay. I'll give you how much? Like 15, 30 seconds. Go ahead.
All right. I think all bikes on the streets need to have a yearly tag. We used to have them, and it would help them get them back if they were stolen, and it would make me less angry. So that's my rant.
Oh, that was only 15 seconds. Okay, but why? Why do you care about that?
I think they irritate me, how they, many of them can be arrogant.
Well, what does the tag have to do with it, though?
I think it would at least put them a little more responsible.
Oh, because you could identify them. I get it. You're right. You're right. I like that idea because I have said some of the nastiest people on the road are cyclists. I've said that before. It's like they have a chip on their shoulder from day one, and I don't know why. You know, they got their funny little penis-looking helmet, and then they have their tight shorts. But I don't mind people cycling. I think it's wonderful. You're healthy. You should be happy. Not one of them smiles. Not one of them waves. They're all nasty. Why are you nasty people? Why are cyclists nasty people. Why? I know what you're going to say, because drivers come too close and they don't like us. You know what? We're sharing the road with you. The roads were not designed for cycles to begin with. Now you're getting the bike lanes. I get it. And I don't purposely shave close to cyclists. I don't. When I hit them, I hit them. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. I'm very respectful of them. But you guys ought to, at least once in a while, shine a smile. Once in a while. It wouldn't hurt you. Alberto, what's happening, Alberto?
How you doing, Tom, today?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Two-part question real quick. I have a primary home, and I'm going to buy a second home, a newer home. So the older home I'm going to rent out, and the newer home I'm going to move into. They're offering me $13,000 to do a basement. I don't know if I should go with a basement or not, because when I retire in 10 years, I'm going to rent that one out too.
Okay.
So do I lose a lot of value on the home and the rental? Is there a big difference between a basement or not a basement?
Well, yeah, there's a big difference in value. If a basement has the potential to be refinished, you're selling it with a dream, whether it's finished or not. In fact, I think it's better in some cases not to finish a basement because people have their own ideas of what they want. Unless it's a walkout. Well, no, in either case, it depends. You'll get a little less for it without the finish. But if the finish is bad, it may screw the sale. So it's a very weird thing. So Alberto, I would say this. How are you talking about without a basement totally or without a finished basement?
Without a basement totally. They want to charge me $13,000 extra to put a basement in. Would I lose a lot on the rent if I don't have a basement?
Now, what do you mean on the rent? Are you going to rent it out?
Yes, the new home, when I retire 10 years from now, I'm going to rent that one out too.
Okay. So the one you buy now, you're going to rent out for how long?
10 years from now.
Okay, and then you're going to retire to it?
Yeah, I'm going to retire to. I got a home now that I'm going to rent out.
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say. Renting that home out. Are you going to move into that home after?
No, I'm going to rent the old house now and move into the new one. 10 years from now, I'm going to rent that one out.
Oh,
so I'm going to
okay.
Rent both of them out.
I got you. No, it won't make a difference for rentals. Not for rental. No.
Okay.
But it will for resale.
It will. A lot?
Yes.
It's the $13,000 worth it?
I think if you're talking about a nice basement, is this a walkout lot or is this a all underground?
Underground.
If it's underground, it's going to definitely, it's going to be about 15%. If it's a walkout and you don't do it, if you had a walkout lot and you put a crawl space in it, it would be way more. It'd be like 25 or 30%. But I would say right now, if you're talking about all subterranean, it would be about a 15% difference.
15% difference. Okay. And the second question real quick. The options, should I just go and go to that place you say up in Denver and buy my own cabin and stuff, or go? Are there options of the new homes a lot more expensive?
Upgrades on builder upgrades are too expensive. But remember, if the credit's got to be worth it. If you don't go with the upgrade, if you're talking about not going with cabinets at all, then you better get a pretty good credit. Okay? But because here's what they usually do. If they take off all cabinets, you want to put your own in, what they'll do is they won't subtract that much. So but if you go to buy and build, you're going to buy better cabinets no matter what. Okay? Builder.
No, how about if I would just go base price of the home with whatever cabinets they put, whatever vinyl they put on the island, and then just go upgrade myself.
Okay, but then if you do that, if you upgrade yourself, you'll save money, but you're also losing out on the credit they would give you if you upgraded with them. You'll still save money though. If you wanted to go with the base that the builder gives you, that's fine. That is fine. And then eventually you can then, over the next 10 years, since you're going to be living there, you can eventually upgrade the cabinets, the floor coverings, yes, it would be a better deal because you can definitely make better deals than having the builder do it. It should be that the builder gives you a better deal, but they don't. They gouge the hell out of people with upgrades.
Even though, Tom, installing and labor, say that that gentleman you say about the
buy and build.
No, and the countertops and stuff.
Oh yeah, Art of Granite, yeah.
Yeah, he's cheaper installing and labor compared to the builder?
Yes, compared to the upgrade, yes. But remember, the upgrade price does give you some credit for not getting the regular counter, okay? So you got to compare. Why don't you just compare them? Here's what you do. Find out what granite countertops and all of that would cost you from the builder, then go and ask Mitch Floria and just compare them at Art of Granite. That's what you should do. Alberto, but I will tell you this. You are paying artificially more for what you're getting from the builder. That's really what I'm telling you. Judy, you have a comment on cyclists. Go ahead.
Well, I have a comment on you, badmouthing the cyclist. I don't think you should throw them all in the same category because I ride with a group, and I'm 78 years old.
Wow.
And I ride with a group that is very courteous. We stop at stop signs. We know that if we tangle with a car, we're going to get the short end of the stick. So we're very courteous about that. And we do smile and laugh and talk while we're riding. So I really think you're wrong to throw them all in the same category.
Right.
And as far as rudeness, why don't you badmouth the motorcyclists? The motorcyclists, you never see them smile. They all look like a bunch of thugs, and they weave in and out of traffic. So I really think you are very wrong to throw them all in the same category.
Okay. All right. Maybe I am. The ones I've seen, and courtesy, I can't say they're necessarily, well, they are discourteous in some cases. But, Judy, I don't think I have ever seen a bike stop at a stop sign ever.
I agree with you, Tom.
Ever.
Unless there's cars coming in and out.
Or red lights. They only stop not to get hit, right? But they don't stop for the law. And they never obey a four-way stop. Never. But maybe you do, Judy. I'm just talking about my observation. 303-713-TALK. Greg, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's going on with your rental?
Well, here several months ago, 3 years ago, $1,200 damage deposit. My daughter had to move out. She cleaned the place up. 3 months later, the gal sends her a letter saying they're going to keep the $1,200 for cleaning carpet, a couple light bulbs, and a few other little things like that. And I just heard earlier on your show, normal wear and tear they can't charge for.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out, is there a statute of limitations on this so we could possibly maybe take her to small claims court?
How long ago was this?
Well, this was March of this year.
Well, you're well within your rights, but did you already settle?
No, never did anything.
So how much is she trying to get from you?
She wants to keep all $1,200.
Okay, but what did she list?
I'll have to double check with my daughter.
Give me an example of something that would be normal wear and tear and not a damage.
Cleaning the carpet.
Nope, that's a damage.
That's a damage?
Yes,
really?
Cleaning the carpet, right. That's not. See, cleaning is not normal wear and tear. I'm talking about see. By normal, here's what I mean. Let's say the carpet, you were there 14 years, and they replaced the carpet. And it was a builder-grade carpet. That would have been at the end of its life. It's called normal wear and tear. Or let's say a refrigerator is 20 years old, and they have to replace it. That's called normal wear and tear. Or you were there for 5 years, and the refrigerator was there for 5 years. They can't get you for depreciation of that refrigerator and say now it's 5 years older. And let's say a floor, a carpet is worn in a traffic area and you've been there for 8 years and it's worn. That is not damage. That's a normal wear and tear if it's a certain kind of carpet. It's really tricky.
But Greg, didn't you say they sent you a letter 3 months after she moved out?
Yeah, because my daughter wrote her a letter stating the fact that she was wondering where her...
Hold on. When did your daughter write the letter?
She wrote it 6 months after...
So wait a minute. Your daughter was supposed to hear at the very latest, if it's mentioned in the lease, 60 days. If it's not mentioned in the lease, 30 days. If the landlord went beyond 60 days, they can't keep anything. They lose their right. So, yeah, so did your daughter wait? Did they make your daughter wait after 60 days?
Yeah.
Then I would take her to small claims court, and I would sue for 3 times the amount. Google the information on the internet for Colorado rentals, and she went beyond the statute, and I would sue for 3 times the amount. We got to come back. Glenn, hang on, bro, and I'll come back with your comment on cyclists. And also, we got a special coming up on Big Splash Pools for closing your pools. Now, of course, do you guys build pools till when? When do you stop building pools?
Oh, weather dependent, of course. But,
give me an idea.
Yeah, we're probably got about a month left that we could still be building a new pool.
All right, cool. Do they get any year-end specials? Do you have any discounts for people that build late?
Not for the new pools, other than just saving on possible increase in next year's prices.
Okay.
So.
All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. When I say that, you should say savings. Okay, listen. If you're an adult and you want beautiful teeth, you can go a few ways. First, you can go normal orthodontics. Takes like 7 years. Maybe 5 if you're lucky. And it costs you a lot of money. If you want to go with cosmetic dentistry, that can cost you, you can get it done in a month, but it's going to cost you about 50 or 60 grand for the whole mouth. Just the front teeth are going to be 25. So, if you truly want the best option, it's Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, the new orthodontics, which is a series of mouthpieces that widen your palate and straighten your teeth naturally. Not braces, widening your palate. Without surgery or extractions, your teeth start going into place. Then Invisalign braces finishes it off. And all of that takes just 2 years. It's called the new orthodontics, and it's pennies on the dollar, just a couple grand compared to all the other money you spend on the other stuff. 303-690-0100, the new orthodontics for a beautiful smile. It also fixes TMJ and fixes sleep apneas at the same time. The triple whammy. 303-690-0100, the new orthodontics.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Yeah, I think she said that the daughter finally got a letter 3 months after she moved out.
Major averages are lower and after trading as tensions over the U.S. and China.
Did you say you had a Chapter 13 email?
Skittish. And Michael Kors is close to inking a deal to buy Italian fashion house Gianni Versace for over $2.3 billion, according to the Wall Street Journal, citing people familiar with the matter. The move would put high-end fashion in the hands of a conglomerate better known for affordable luxury. The Versace family decision marks the end of a tumultuous control on a fashion house founded back in 1978. And on-demand audio continues to shake up the radio business as SiriusXM reaching a deal to acquire online streaming service Pandora Media, which will allow it to expand its service beyond cars and into homes and other mobile areas. The $3 billion all-stock deal would create an audio entertainment company with a market value of around $30 billion. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barnes.
Boy, they get stirred up.
Only the surgery.
Do you like Gigi?
No. No, I do not.
And I can see their point is cars come too close. There's some bicycles that actually carry the lock on them. And they will.
Get away.
Yep. But I do, like I said, they zip themselves. I mean, I've never seen one. They might slow down a bit.
Maybe, yeah, to make sure they don't die.
But they are, oh man, they're, and they're dedicated. Boy, those bicyclists are dedicated. They do that.
Yeah, they are. That's for sure.
They're right out there we're at. Some of those roads are not even a shoulder.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
I know they said, but they're not paying the taxes on the road either.
And again, between Frisco and Vail for road maintenance. Your weather today, mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms.
Did you ever go up Clear Creek Canyon? It's
Tonight,
nice.
Emmy-winning The Voice is back with Adam Blake, Kelly, and Jennifer Hudson. Then it's the premiere of Manifest. A plane missing for 5 years miraculously comes home. The passengers haven't aged a day. Why? Manifest tonight after The Voice on NBC.
Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I've been in retirement planning and wealth
You see bankruptcies going down, GD, or?
No, actually, they're up 10% this last month. August was up 10%. It's all coming back. It always does. That's all we do. That's how our economy works. You blow up bubbles and then they pop.
But and what makes them, for the most part, credit card debt?
Mm-hmm. But that's usually caused by the medical debt and credit card. Credit card debt is often from, you know, things like medical debt or some other economic stress. Yeah, loss of wages. Yeah, but consumer debt is at an all-time high in the U.S. It's 13 trillion
Is that
right now.
also got the student loan built into that? Okay.
Yeah, and that's another one.
So there's
Can't get rid of them in bankruptcy, but you can get rid of the other stuff. So that,
oh, I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
because they can garnish you. The student loans can get you.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. That's a website. The /troubleshooter is added to get a special form for troubleshooter listeners to get a free evaluation of your lot and how much solar energy you will produce over a 20-year period, which Cam Solar will match and guarantee. They will guarantee it. They will match that energy, put it in the guarantee for you. Also, parts and labor for 20 years. Now, of course, all warranties are as good as companies. This company's been around a long time, and let's face it, it's better than no guarantee, right? Because we know that they've been around a long time for 10, 15 years. Also, 3,000 systems in effect, and it's GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. Okay? Now, David has a comment on cyclists. Go ahead, David. And we are taking problems, questions, complaints as well. 303-713-TALK. We have lines open. I happen to mention I thought that cyclists seemed like they're in bad moods and nasty, and it struck a little nerve there. Go ahead, David.
Hey, Tom, how are you doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
Love your show. Hey, first of all, that motorcycle is being thugged. I'm a professional. I'm a private investigator, and I've got 2 jobs, and not all motorcyclists are thugs. So that woman that made the comment about motorcyclists being thugs, that's not true.
No, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, especially when you take them as a whole universe. What do you think? What do you think about cyclists?
Cyclists, I'll tell you what, they're rude. I'll tell you what, I've had some that just literally don't stop at stop signs, and they wonder why they get hit.
That's why I'm wondering, why are people unhappy when they're cycling? Glenn, what is your comment?
Oh, sort of along the same lines. I just, as far as true or not or whatever, in any group of people there's good and there's bad. We'll just lay that aside.
Of course.
The thing for me that was most comical was the lady called in.
Right.
And in one breath, she admonished you,
yes,
grouping all bicyclists into one group, and then in the very next breath, she did the exact same thing with motorcycles.
You're exactly right. You're right. That was pretty funny. That was. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Yeah, there are certain groups of people that seem to be unhappy at times, and I've noticed that, it's just the way. For example, baseball players seem to be happy. Basketball players don't. Think about it. Football players, they're both. But I don't know what makes that. Hockey players, you can't tell because they're all covered up. And it just seems like there are certain demeanors, that people take on for certain sports or activities. Did you ever notice that? Like like bartenders. Bartenders are fundamentally nice, right? And waitresses and waitpersons, waiters, servers. Why? Because their livelihood is dependent on it. What about pool builders? I don't know. What about Jimmy at Big Splash Pools? Listen, he's going to do your closings, but he's only going to do it for the next 10 for only $200. That's all the chemicals and closing up your pool from the winter. That's pretty cool. So, how many pools are in Denver Metro? Do you know?
I think around 10,000.
About 10,000? Wow. All right. So if you want to close up 10 of them at $200, the normal price is more than that, but it's still a deal. Is this number good for you, bro?
Right number?
720-300-3588.
Correct.
720-300-3588. That's a special. The next 10 callers, 720-300-3588. Gigi Wink, you said bankruptcy filings are up?
They were up 10% for August, year over year.
That's a little tick up, isn't it?
It is a tick
up. Now, why,
but
though?
that's
If
how
everything's
it starts.
going so well with employment.
Well, household
think?
debt is massive. It's at an all-time high. I think it's like $13 trillion in the U.S.
Well, I don't know what that means compared
It's everything. So
like
it's student
per
loans
capita?
per everything.
Well, I know,
but it's an all-time high. That's the important thing about that figure.
That's the number they use.
Yeah, we're at an all-time high for household debt.
Now, debt means debt.
Everything. Mortgages,
but
student loans.
It doesn't mean unpaid debt. I mean,
doesn't. No,
I don't know if
not
that's a
in
very
that.
good indication. If people can pay off their debt, in a month or two, and they have credit, that's not bad.
If you can do that, more power to you.
I want to know how much is in default.
Yep.
That would be the more important number.
Yep. Like a third of the student loan bubble is in default.
And how much is the student loan bubble?
It's $1 trillion, over $1 trillion, I believe.
Over $1 trillion?
Yeah, it's a huge bubble. It's a problem. And I just heard they're going to take away some of the forgiveness. This new budget has issues with, they're going to take away some of the forgiveness options.
It's my belief that many people enter into student loans never, ever intending to pay back.
I don't know about that. I think that student loans...
I'm serious.
One thing I see that's unconscionable, in my opinion, is these for-profit universities that are allowed to give people student loans that they high-pressure sell them on, and they're not dischargeable in bankruptcy. That's not right. I see it all the time. You come out of a tech school with $30,000 to $40,000 of student loans, and you're totally unemployable. Well, I see that multiple times a month.
Well, what about the people that talk about, the thought of free college, free education, making colleges free, and some of these bigger universities, listen carefully to what I say right now. They have enough in their endowments right now that with interest, income, and small investment income, they don't have to charge tuition to be maxed out. If they maxed out their student population, maxed it out, they do not have to charge a dime on fees alone and the profits from cafeterias and books and all of that. They could make the universities free. Why don't they? Why don't you big liberal giant academic universities, why not practice what you preach? Colleges should be free so you can line your pockets is what you're saying. So we should have to pay you. How about you just take all the goodwill you've generated after all these years? What? You're billions of dollars, right? You don't like billionaires. So what about you? You're a billionaire, Mr. Big Giant University. Why not make it free? Didn't the Harvard Medical School just do that to their current class? Didn't they announce all tuition was waived? Look that up. I thought I saw that. Colette, what is your comment on motorcyclists?
Hi, Tom. I've called your show numerous times. And I have a motorcycle. I have a 2007 Deluxe Harley. And we do a lot of community services.
Yes.
We do a lot of Toys for Tots at Christmas time.
Yes.
We've done a lot for the military,
yes.
the disabled military. You know, I don't think it was fair that woman said we dress up like thugs. You know, we wear leathers to protect ourselves
that's
when
right.
we fall on the ground.
There is a certain look, though. There is
ground.
a certain biker look, and that goes with the territory, but big deal. I don't think it's thuggy. I think it's whatever it is. By the way, Colette, you know, I think as a group, motorcyclists are way happier than cyclists.
Absolutely.
As a group, I think they are. Now, one thing I will say, as a group, motorcyclists seem to be older, which is odd because as they get older, they couldn't afford those beautiful Harleys when they were younger, and now they can. And in fact, they're relatively inexpensive when you're older and making money compared to when you're in your 20s and you look at a $13,000 bike. That's a lot of money. But as a vehicle, it's not a lot of money. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of mid-age crisis happens then. And I'm convinced that's why they make those seats so big, is because of the big asses of the older people buying them. I'll bet you Colette spreads all across that seat, just like all of these older guys do. That's why they make those big seats. So most of the time, this is another generalization people won't like, but most of the time, motorcyclists have big asses, and cyclists don't. Cyclists is the small ass sport, and then the other, motorcyclist is the big ass sport. I think I got that right. One Clear Choice Garage Doors is your choice for garage doors. Why? Because they will come and inspect, ask for the Martino inspection. They want to be your garage door company. So they'll check the cables. They'll check the safety adjustments and more. They want to put the sticker on there. Of course, if they find anything wrong, they will give you a complete rundown and price. And you won't find a better company when it comes to garage doors, whether you have a sudden need, maintenance, or you want a new opener starting at just $333, or a whole new door. They do beautiful doors. 303-565-6409. 303-565-6409.
This report sponsored by NBC.
NYU medical is going tuition free. Harvard is not, Tom. Did you hear that, Tom?
What's that?
NYU medical is going.
Is that?
It says generated national headlines and some glowing
I'm sorry. I
They
thought it was
announced over the
Harvard.
summer that it planned to go tuition free. Harvard, though, has no plans to follow suit.
Make sure you correct me on that.
Your weather today,
Why did I think it was Harvard, those assholes?
And they probably get the biggest endowments. Harvard.
cloudy and breezy with a low of 48. Right now, it's
Oh yeah.
So
they're sitting on a ton of money.
Oh yeah. So Gigi, you're saying that these tech schools are not getting jobs, or they kind of crappy?
A lot of them are
They want to know
super
where the
crappy.
cabinet photo is. Can you put it up so it's part of the feed or not?
Oh, I've never put it up on the Facebook page before.
Oh, you don't know how?
I've never done it. So
Gav, do you know how to post to our Facebook? Can you post about the?
I'll send them to her.
About the cabinets done by so and so, and he says he did a great job. What do you think? And put up a question. Can you do that or not? You can do it after the show.
Okay, I'll get it to her. Go ahead, Gigi.
Yeah, I think that they are not worth what you pay.
Because
even a little bit.
Because I they say like we have the HVAC.
Why am I seeing Mark?
More mechanic. They're looking for people, but these must be different types of degrees.
You don't need to take out, $30,000.
That's true.
Look, I'm seeing Mark.
To get trained.
I'm seeing Mark in our live
Go
feed.
do an
This is
apprenticeship.
obviously.
Yeah, work your
Well,
way
these are people that go to tech school.
And
Oh, I'm sorry.
this is our live feed. I'm seeing Mark.
Oh, I can put them up.
No, I don't want you to put up Mark. I'm saying Mark is on our feed. When I go to our live feed today, I'm looking at Mark and me from the other day, and I was
Live feed from.
that's what I thought I was looking at. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
No.
Retirement planning and wealth management for over
I'll go right there right now because I thought.
And then some of them have actually gone out of business, so you're completely
No, it's your live feed is
good.
Good.
Correct. Like ITT Tech went under.
Okay.
But you're stuck with the student loans. If it didn't happen while you were enrolled there or within something like 120 days.
Oh, the uniform contract I got here. Is this the one you're looking at?
Yes.
It doesn't have anything. That's not a contract.
No, it's not. But it says the buyout, what the buyout is, and they're saying they added another 6. So 2 years ago was when his old contract went. So they're saying that he's got 4 years left in his contract.
They'll never.
1234.
They'll
That's
never.
303-734.
Right, he's got to fight it. It's $8,000. See, that's $8,000.
Securities are offered through
To buy it out, see at the bottom.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear.
You know, some schools, GD, are actually, they have a deal where you pay them a percentage of your income for the rest of your life.
I mean, that
So you
should
go to
be
school-
illegal.
You go to school for free, but then they pay
That's
that.
disgusting. It's all disgusting. The for-profit.
Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Pro Auto Care is your car nanny, Pro Auto Care, and you get, of course, free roadside assistance in between repairs because it goes for 36,000 miles. So they also do text reminders of what you need and when you need it. I love Pro Auto Care. Let them be your car nanny. That's 303-PRO-AUTO or 303proauto.com. Kyle's got a comment on student loans and the student loan bubble. Go ahead, Kyle. I'm not sure if we mentioned that on the air or off the air on our feed.
It was on.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yep, it was on the air.
Yeah.
And I actually am with you on the people take out loans and don't ever intend to repay them. I was a late-in-life undergrad, and I paid for every dime myself.
Wow.
I paid every loan back, and it infuriates me that, A, that they're even doing any forgiveness, because it's like, okay, well, then give me my money back.
Right, exactly.
It's like, wait a minute, and that's our money. That's
the forgiveness is based on income-based repayment, Kyle. So it's based on your situation in life. There's a lot more
Is it
to
totally
it than just a
forgiven or
knee-jerk.
deferred?
It's forgiven after 25 years of income-based repayment.
So you redo
Unless you're in the public service industry.
So you make a
then
certain
it's
amount
10
of money.
years.
You make a certain amount of money. You pay a certain amount.
That's
and after
right.
25 years, the rest is waived.
That's right.
And I understand a bit of life stuff. I am not opposed to all, but the notion that young people are out there protesting that their school loans are too high, it's like, well, then don't take it. Get a job. I worked my way through college.
They will pay it back. They're not dischargeable. They're going to get garnished for the rest of their lives.
I think what we should do is, it won't happen, that the education system should be redone. So at the end of your high school career, and it can be done, you'd have an associate's degree. Done. An associate's degree. Then, if you want to go on for 2 more years to get a bachelor's, that should be free. And then people should pay for graduate schools. So if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or additional stuff, you pay for graduate schools. And I think almost everything should have, the professions should have graduate programs of some kind. So the people that want to go further will have to work and pay for it. But you get your associates out of high school, which is a high school kind of community college kind of thing, then a 2-year free bachelor's degree. I know I don't sound like Bernie, do I? I don't want to sound like Bernie, but I think it would pay in the long run to have that kind of education system. People would still pay for their graduate programs. Wes, you have a comment on cycling. Go ahead, or cyclists.
Well, I was making the comparison that, that you were saying between cyclists and motorcyclists.
Yes.
You say the same thing about rich people all being cheap. I worked for a furniture company, and we would do delivery, and we would deliver stuff to somebody that's middle income for a $600 sofa and tip you each guy $20. You go to a house that you deliver $10,000 worth of stuff to, and they want to give you a bottle of water.
And that's why that guy still doesn't have any money, and the other guy does. Because I don't know. I don't know if that holds true, but I've heard it before. I've heard it before from service people and from people who do that the bigger the house and the more money they have, they're more cheap they are. And that might be true, Wes. I really don't know, but a lot of people seem to believe that. 303-713-8255. Who's on line 4? Daff, I don't have the name. Just give it to me and I'll take it.
I haven't even asked yet. Hold on.
I'll just take it cold. Hold on. I got the delay button. I can take it cold. Okay, this is Daring. I'm taking a cold call. This is Tom. Who are you? Hello? Am I scaring somebody?
Hello?
Hey, this is Tom. What are you calling about?
I'm calling about... You need to apologize to that lady.
Which one?
The one who called about the bikers. You said...
She had a big ass?
fat asses. Yeah.
I said most likely, because I've noticed that especially Harley riders, and the older motorcycle people have big butts. And I'm all about the bass.
Apologize to her, Tom.
Okay, I will. I apologize to
He didn't say it was a bad thing.
No, I didn't say it was a bad thing. I just, they got big butts and I cannot lie. As far as the riders go. And listen, it's not a bad thing, as Gigi says. But Harley drivers seem to be older because you don't see young people driving around on Harleys. You see them on the Japanese burners, those really fast crotch rockets. And they are fast. Oh, my God. I have seen some of these zip by so fast I could not believe it. Yeah, good. Thank you. Bring that up. Bring that up. This is for all my Harley drivers. Go. Yeah. Road glide.
Said red beans and rice didn't miss. That's my favorite lyric.
It's so. But you've seen those seats made especially for them, and then they had these seats for their women. They used to call them for their women. They called them you-know-what seats. I don't like the name, but they had to make those bigger. And then they had to put like a corral around them to keep them from spilling over. You know that chrome corral? It's a butt corral. You've seen them. Anyway, I'm done. Gigi Wink, thank you very much for being here. When she's not here, she's at 303-410-1720, winkandwink.com. Big Splash Pools of Colorado on my referral list.
Belco is offering 2.5% APY on a 13-month CD for a limited time with...
Yeah. Gotta have some safety precautions.
I'm so sorry. I had a guy call saying he wanted to kill himself. I'm on the phone with the guy.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
for taking that, though.
So I got his number from him, and I'm going to call him right now when I get time. This happened a couple of times. It happened to Suzanne.
Well, I've had it happen, but
it just seems pretty.
Are we on right now, audio? Yes. I'll show
He's like, I need help, and I said,
Mark said he just woke up. He said, who did? Mark said, "What's up? Just woke up." Mark.